J Squad.
We gotta find now what do we do? That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. We gotta find the program. That's the first clue. We gotta find. That's the first clue. That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. We gotta find the program. That's the first clue. We gotta find. That's the first clue. That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. We gotta find the program. That's the first clue. We gotta find. That's the first clue. That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. We gotta find the program. That's the first clue. We gotta find. That's the first clue. That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. We gotta find the program. That's the first clue. We gotta find. That's the first clue. That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. We gotta find the program. That's the first clue. We gotta find. That's the first clue. That's the first clue. The program. That's the first clue. We gotta find. That's the first clue. That's the first clue.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? How we doing this fine Wednesday evening? Whoa there, buddy. Whoa there, buddy. We don't need to play that again. Look, I got my head moving. I got my camera working. So we're back to a pig with a neck I can turn. Oh, man. It should be an interesting stream. Oh, y'all can't see it because I didn't even have y'all on. How about that? Professional streamer. Where is, hold on. Hold on, hold on. Oh, there's that one. Where's the other one? Where's the other one? No, not you. Boom. There we go. There we go. I forgot to hit a button. I gotta hit a button over here. How's everyone doing tonight? Y'all doing all right? Welcome back, Lizzie. Welcome, Joshua. Oh, man. Let's see here. It is. I don't know what's going on with the media analysis community. You love the dono text now? I appreciate it. Yeah. You know me, I gotta try and make this hobby pay for itself so I can get better tools. But I really don't know what's happening with the fucking media analysis community, specifically in the movie genre, right? I don't know much about this SouthPaw guy other than he was friends with, like, he was in on EFAP until they had a falling out. Um, and then I don't know much after that. I know I've heard of SK. Like, I've never spoken to SK. The most I've ever talked about him is on is during the Noah stuff, like watching a video of SKs between someone else. So it should be pretty interesting. I get to meet all these new characters who apparently love minors. They just can't get enough of DMs involving minors. All right, so I'm going to try and stick with this world before we go. This is my new Song of Six. The other one, I had too many multicultural races, and I'm still new at this game, so they were fighting and killing each other, and people were dying in droves. So I had to start over. But this is what we'll be doing in the background when I'm watching any videos, if we watch any today. What's going on, Cyan? Both of them coincidentally. Yes, both of them coincidentally. This will be just in the background for now while we go over this. This is, well, it's something, right? I first heard about it when SK talked about it. Then I saw Kino talking about it and was like, okay, what's going on here? Yeah, it was last night. I was getting ready for bed last night, and then Kino posted the link in general chat, and I was like, oh, okay. I'm always willing to look at some pedo drama. And I watched a little bit of it through him, and I was like, yeah, I need to stop watching, and I need to go cover it myself because I'm going to be interested in this, and I got him to send it over to me. So we're going to enjoy this. So this is by, I guess, one of his friends, Captain Kaba. Of course, I think it has to go without said. I don't think anyone in my Discord would go out and harass somebody, but do not harass anyone mentioned, right? Oh, last night, so it's I guess 2 days by now. Blessed Southpaw sent. He's got two hippos kissing. Weird. Sent child porn to say that SK is who I do this is. I'm not even going to try and butcher that name. And trivialized a very close friend of mine's traumatizing experience with sexual harassment in an attempt to dunk on one of our other friends. I've seen, like I said, I've seen the beginning of this. It gets really, really fucking weird, and I'm glad they had the smarts to censor it. So, for important context, this all started because I learned that a very close, I'm assuming, friend of mine was sexually harassed by another person in Southpaw's friend group. Who they are is irrelevant, but one thing you need to know is this harasser sent the victim images of them with a boner. Yeah. Don't do the dick pics, people. Don't do the dick pics. Oh, they look super comfy. Yes, so comfy. Ignore my yeah. Weird shit already. And I've heard it gets worse. I've heard it gets much worse. And apparently new info has dropped too in the document at the very least. So we'll see how much farther we can get. When I was first informed of this by my friend a couple of weeks back, I immediately messaged a mutual friend that was really close with the harasser and informed them of what happened with the screenshots. Unfortunately, I had to delete these messages, and you all know why soon. The mutual friend informed some other mutual friends of why he was cutting ties with the harasser. It seems that SouthPaw was one of those people. Why he was cutting ties with the harasser, and it seems like SouthPaw was one of those people who was cutting ties. Is that what we're saying? I think that's what we're saying. What I didn't know initially was this friend sent the screenshot as well. This is where it gets bad. The harasser was a minor, getting harassed by minors. Uh-oh. Now, neither the victim and I knew the harasser was a minor sending pictures of their bulge. I would like to stop. I would like to not say bulge that many times on this stream, please. But for all intents and purposes, CP was spread without realizing. This upset a lot of people, and this mutual friend seems to be exiled from their group. One person not upset was SP. This morning I woke up to being in a group chat with SK and another friend of ours, and apparently SouthPaw sent the screenshot with please don't say that. In them to SK and tried to argue the images aren't CP, tried to strawman that I was spreading CP. Oh God. It's just so bad. Like, all right, I'm gonna say one thing. Like, I see a lot of like documents come out or allegations come out, and they like front load a bunch of shit. In Minecraft, Google Docky says in Minecraft, maybe Steve's voice. So I can say, like, I've seen a lot of like these really bad Google Docies, and they always like say a bunch of stuff like sexual harassment, sending CP, things like that. But they don't front load it with anything. And by the end of it, you're like, where were these allegations at? Now, obviously, we can't see the pictures, and I don't fucking want to. But I think we can take at least what's happening here, because it seems like multiple people are saying the same thing. SouthPaw has also privated his Twitter at this point. This is the evidence. Here's the quote-unquote CP that blank supposedly shared in a GC. According to PJ, by the way, which he got one of PJ's friends too. So we're clear on what this image is depicting. It displays a bulge through the pants caused by genitalia, which is drawing attention to it twice. Yeah, these are the messages saying that he sent it twice. How's it looking on y'all's side? Good, good. We gotta... No. All right. Right, which was shared to TK by Captain Kaba to substantiate accusations against blank for sexual harassment. If the accusation is that TK shared CP, this ain't the smoking gun PJ thinks it is. Yeah, that's still CP. I don't care if the genitalia are covered because it's still blatant in the image and draws attention to it twice. I don't know why you'd look at that and think this is safe to distribute whatsoever. This shouldn't be in my DMs. This is like the right thing you should say if someone sends you something fucked up. Like, delete it now. this is fucking CP. And yeah, it's clearly like if it is what they're saying it is, a bulge, then yeah, it is fucking CP. It doesn't matter. It's child sexual abuse material, right? It's still it's not like it has to be full on porn, right? What the heck is going on? The Game Intrudes, welcome. We are talking about Southpaw, another media critic who is sending CP to his friends. Hold on, I got EGAD wanting to jump in too. He's done a video apparently on Southpaw before. Hey EGAD, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, man?
Oh, just going over these fucking messages. Here, let me share here real quick. No, you don't need that one. You need this one. So, have you heard so far?
So I talked with Southpaw. This was years ago, probably around 2019, I want to say. And it was of his fallout with EFAP. I don't know if people are familiar with his fallout with EFAP. I don't know how familiar you are with it.
I've never heard of Southpaw to begin with, so yeah.
So
I'm not aware of any of
Southpaw. Okay, well, here's a little backstory. Is Southpaw got onto EFAP. I think he was a chat member,
it.
and he had a fallout because of criticism around one of his favorite shows. But yeah, I think that's what had happened. He started out as just a random chat member, and I think he actually got on because he was very knowledgeable about Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible. I think he said he saw it like 6 or 7 times or something, but I don't know how that got him onto the show. Maybe he gave them super chats or something, but yeah, he was on the show for I think maybe 1 or 2 episodes, and he had a falling out with Mahler and the rest of them because of a show that he really loved. He used to watch a show that with his father called Terriers. It was like a police procedural.
Uh-huh.
Now, if you know EFAP, EFAP is all about like objective analysis, and they want to make sure every movie is tight with its internal consistencies.
Yeah.
So Southpaw basically tried to say that, oh, Terriers is the greatest show in the world because it's extremely its interiority is just airtight. It's just the most airtight, objectively good show ever made. And he got really butthurt when they watched the show and they didn't like it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So he got, yeah.
I mean, that's what happens when you do that, right? You say it's airtight, and then you let your friends criticize it, and it goes bad. So yeah, Kino says EGAD has had a run-in with Southpaw. Yeah, apparently he has had a run-in. He called EFAP rape apologists because they thought a plot point in his favorite show is stupid.
Yes,
that's crazy.
Yes, that is true. He did. Again, that was Twitter history, like again 2019, probably 2020, and but Southpaw. What's funny is he kind of took the EFAP Mahler MO. Their what they did. He dialed it up to 11. So he would do that. He would find like every single thing. Like he would do a CinemaSins, but it would be like CinemaSins multiplied by over 9,000.
So just like super nitpicky, because I can say like I don't know that I've never gotten mad at EFAP for anything they've made. They do media criticism, but I'd still call it a bit nitpicky sometimes with the things they go into. At least I'd have disagreements, but yeah, so he just went full on everything is wrong.
And when he was on Reddit, he would write like entire books worth of comments in response to people who are asking him questions about things. So again, what's funny is this is exactly what Mahler does with his 12-hour long videos with EFAP, and it was like, oh, but Southpaw's a little too much. And
right.
So but there was other funny things, like he got really parasocial with Mahler, like called him he's like, you're a brother to me in comments on Discord, talking with him. And it got so egregious that Dishonored Wolf, who was still part of EFAP at the time, had a one-on-one with him in a Discord call, and basically kind of laid things out really, really harshly. That and South there's I gotta look for the video on this. It's a funny video. I think it lasts for like 30 minutes, but it's Dishonored Wolf just kind of hammering on him, just talking about like how cringe he was and how
Kino said Southpaw does it largely. He largely just is speaking gibberish. Yeah, hey, there I'm with you too, Lizzie. I never knew any of these people until I got in there, and I've never been mad enough at a media criticism to like make my whole career about it, right? Which is saying something because I do go against the anti-woke narrative on a regular basis. But I think there's a difference in some of the things like I think Critical Drinker is closer to what not necessarily Smash JT, but the anti-woke criticism is because he does all of the message stuff. And I cringe every time I hear any of them say these people, right? It gets very close to the same thing that was done against us on the right, I would say, where you can't talk to these people. These people are degenerates. These people are Nazis, right?
Yeah, and I had I think he reached out to me because I had made some criticisms on Reddit and on my own channel. I don't have the videos up anymore, but it was just criticisms about EFAP and Mahler basically talking about how he the problem with Mahler is he has no basic standard for why he says something is or isn't objectively good or bad.
Yeah.
I don't think things can be objectively good or bad. It's quality. It's about taste. So what one person thinks is good could be different from another person. You know, you can't say that somebody's wrong for thinking something is bad or good.
Yeah,
but
I think that's been my my criticism of him too, is I just don't believe in this idea of objective.
Yeah, I think there can be some objective things like saying like, oh, this character has brown hair or this character is wearing boots or something. So, you know, just those are objective statements. But saying like, oh, this character did this and it doesn't make sense in this context. And like, well, you could probably say that, but it doesn't mean that somebody has to stop enjoying a movie because, oh, I saw the boom mic or something like that.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going here with this messed up shit. So SouthPaw tries to defend CP images. Okay, see here. This is the yes, it's CP. I don't care the genitalia you're showing. Pretty sure this is considered cyber flashing on her end. Oh, because this is related to what PJ said about TK. Yeah, we're past that. This is CP. Why is it in my DMs? Because it's related to what PJ. Oh, here we go. Hold on. I don't care if it's PJ who said that about TK. This is nowhere near appropriate to send, especially since it's evidence of sexual assault. So did TK share CP in a GC? And did Captain Kaba share it too? So he's definitely trying to put it on Captain Kaba, but as we saw earlier, he was unaware of the age. Technically, yes, it's still distributing CP. The law doesn't care that you didn't know it was CP, but he instantly got rid of it and fixed the issue once he found out the guy was a minor, or kid was a minor. SouthPaw, this is fucking irrelevant to the fact you sent me CP. Why is it still here? Delete it before you catch a legal case. Thank you. I didn't mean to send you CP. That's not the point I'm trying to make. But that's the important part, right? What the Captain Kaba also fucked up? He was called for this days ago, from what I heard, and he accepted that. Literally has nothing to do with the very immediate concern I had, which you seemed ready to defend as not CP. After that, I'm blocking you this time, and I'm moving on
By the way,
for good.
This is very indicative of Southpaw's kind of the way that he kind of frustrates every conversation because he'll do stuff, and then when people say, "Wait a minute, you did this," and it's very clear that he did this, and he'll just argue over and over again the semantics about why he didn't do exactly what you said he did.
Yeah, yeah. So this is a common trait of his, is what you're saying.
Yes, yeah. Something will literally happen. People will say, "Oh, this happened," and he'll be like, "Well, not really." And here's my 12 page expose on why you were wrong.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's why I'm glad I'm too ADHD to do any of that. I would start writing and then I would get bored and move on to something else.
Yeah.
I want to make it clear again, the victim and I did not know the harasser was a minor. We only found out after the fact from a concerned friend of the harasser. Had I known that and known the images would have been spread, I would have censored some things. So that's on me. I mean, yeah, I can do some forgiving though, like not knowing it's a kid, but you probably should censor it anyway before you start passing around anything that's sexual in nature if you're, not a freak who sends that stuff around to each other, right? I think that's just that goes into the argument of like you have the CP, but you censor it to put it in your YouTube video. Did you not just have CP on your computer? You were engaging in the act. Once again, don't harass anyone involved. But I must stress that if you are a fan or friend of Southpaw, you need to seriously consider if this 30-year-old man behavior is acceptable. I personally don't think it is, but you can decide that for yourself.
I'll have to find this. I don't know if the tweets still exist or if the I think the Kiwi Farms probably still has evidence of it on their website, but he said that he started dating his girlfriend. Southpaw said he started dating his girlfriend when she was 16 or 17. Now
yeah.
I think it was in the state of Texas, and he legally he was able to do this. But I remember when people were giving him criticism for it, he's instead of being like, "Hey, well, it was legal, so F you,"
Yeah.
he actually just he would again write out a whole book on why. Wait a minute, this is what I did this, and this is why you're wrong.
Yeah. It's like it's not something you need to like go into oblivion about, right? I've said like I was thinking about it because I did see that stuff, and here's my like here's my take on it, right? If it's illegal, I don't give it, or if it's not illegal, I don't give a shit, really. But as you get like that time frame, there's a lot of changes in your life, right? If you're out of high school, you probably shouldn't date someone in high school. If you're 21, you probably shouldn't date anyone under 21. You should, just kind of, there's points where you can move, you should like kind of move on because you're just in different terms of life, right? I also never ended the relationship himself. His girlfriend got his girlfriend's friends got her to end the relationship. Why do we know so much info about this?
Oh, because that's the other thing about him is Southpaw doesn't know when to shut up. He'll just keep on talking about his own life and his own experiences, his family, his friends, all these things. It's just
all the things the
he
internet
has no
doesn't need to know.
Yeah, no OPSEC whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. God, I think it's okay. What's going on, Dominator? I think it's okay to share like some personal things, right? I share my pigs. I may talk about my kids, but I've never sent anything directly, what they look like, their names, or anything like that, right? But just to give everyone ammo. Chibi Reviews has this problem too, where he does it. He never shuts the hell up. Never had to disclose any of this, yet he did. That's right. It's like saying that you pooped your pants in a fucking Walmart. You probably shouldn't mention that to anybody. If you want more details, explanation on what all Southpaw's done, because it does go beyond this, Xpokey is working on a YouTube video on the subject, so be sure to keep tabs on that for when it drops. This has been an incredibly stressful situation. I'm ready to end it. Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh,
So
here we go. I'll send you a quick screenshot. You don't have to read it,
mhm.
but I'll send you a quick screenshot of exactly what. Should I put in Feed the Pig?
Yeah, put it in Feed the Pig.
Yeah, I'll just give you a quick screenshot of
Okay.
the kinds of reply comments on
Jesus
Reddit that
fucking
yeah
Christ.
that Southpaw used to make.
This
He put
is
this on Mahler's Reddit back in 2021.
this is fucking insanity. Oh God. This is I'm not, yeah, there's no way I would read all that. So with that, there's also a Google Docie that dropped. So yay, Google Docies. We love them here. They're usually about something horrendous like sexual harassment or rape or well, CP in this case. How's the wall of text Batman? Yeah, I mean that's something. So anyways, Fies, I don't know who this guy is either. The Southpaw document explains the context, mostly start to finish, written by me, Kaba, and this Ken guy. So we have that ready to go. It's not very big. It's only like 36 pages or so. So we'll probably get through this very quick. I may be able to do something else. We may have to find like a video on the back burner to watch for this for the rest of stream. Note for readers, if you don't care to read through a long doc, my friend Pokey is making a video. Sure thing. For the sake of efficiency, there will be multiple people writing this to give more context, viewpoints, and less workload. The credibility to claims made. Each individual will be color-coded accordingly. Wow! Color-coded Google Docie. I like it. I like it. Chapter 1, The Background. This all started with a tweet from Sheev about comic books, which seemed to have the implication that he was calling that medium bad. Okay, here it is. Shit talks comics but watches Star Wars cartoons. Sheev, people pointing to quotes from Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, like comic books on the whole are something generally understood to be well written. I don't defend said cartoons. I think they're actually rather bad, which is why I can say perfectly well that being a comic book dick writer and trashing Star Wars cartoons is the epitome of a homeless man being called another homeless man a broke ass. There is this thing like in these groups where someone will just absolutely shill for different things. I am a huge Star Wars fan. I grew up watching the trilogy on cassette tapes with my dad, right? But I have a lot of problems with a lot of the new stuff that has come out. There are things that I like. I watch, like me and my daughter watched the Clone Wars like front to back together, and I think the Clone Wars is fairly well done. And some of the other cartoons, but I don't know. I can't defend everything that they've made because a lot of it is shit. That's what happens when you give a huge corporation an IP. This obviously
Yeah, it
doesn't
has
matter.
really degenerated over time.
Yeah, it really has. But I mean, so many things have, and it goes with that idea that corporations kill anything. They make it worse because it no longer becomes about the product or the customer. It becomes about making more money.
Yeah.
This obviously doesn't matter much in the long run, but it's important context to know when. Who is this? This is Fies.
It's when he says Sheev, is he talking about Sheev Talks? I think that's a YouTube
Yeah,
channel.
Sheev Talks.
Okay.
I don't know who he is either. I guess he's a I know the Disney
haven't
Star Wars
seen
shills
him.
very well. Good, Mike. Good. You can keep me
Y-
informed.
Yeah, I haven't seen a whole lot of Sheev talks recommended to me lately. It's probably just because I'm not in the Star Wars
Hmm.
circle, or I've said don't recommend these channels because they end up just parroting each other.
Yeah. I've kind of got to the point where like I don't watch media criticism on things like Star Wars and stuff like that from either side. I watch it myself and decide if I like it or not, right? This ended up resulting in a VC over that tweet. Why? That had Southpaw arguing on Sheev's behalf. Oh, that's why. With the position that his tweet was quite clear in what he meant, despite the obvious implications being him shitting on comic books as a whole. The link to that recording will be included below. Let's go. Is this the link? Oh no, that's the let's go. The details aren't all that relevant, so I'm just going to leave it at the fact that Southpaw lost badly, resulting in him getting removed from Wayne Manor due to the drama he was constantly causing. However, it wasn't enough for anyone to conclude he was outright bad person or bad to associate with. There are three other individuals I need to name as background for the events that proceed. TK, the media detective, and the C, all associates of Southpaw. Um, the media.
Associates. Is that his? I don't know what his he tried to create an EFAP of his own. I think he called it Ecom. Like unironically called it Ecom.
That's so fucking. Nah, be sure to watch the fucking video. That's such a fucking cringe name.
But yeah, but it would be a panel. It would be the same thing. It would be a panel of people talking about movies and things. But
Mhm.
yeah, but for hours and hours and hours, and I don't think it ever took off as much as EFAP
That
did.
has, yeah. Well,
I'm
there's
even surprised they're still doing it.
I mean, you keep running at it, I guess, hoping one day you'll get famous. TK and the media detective were pretty involved in SK's community, TK being a mod and the media detective who even took part in some watch parties with SK and people he knew, including comic legends. It's necessary to get some insight on Southpaw and his mentality. All right, fair enough. The C is one I know well. Back around 2022, he had a group with no names, and he would nitpick the prequels, claiming he's a genius filmmaker and swordsman. Jesus. I mean, who isn't a expert swordsman that's a Star Wars fan, right? They're all that way. We're all that way. But first, with some much needed context around what I'm about to show. Back in 2023, screenshots between Southpaw and an EFAP fan, a podcast, I know what EFAP is, were leaked. The screenshots consisted of him admitting to dating a 16-year-old when he was 20. When I was 20, I dated a girl who was 16. Everyone knew me
Yes,
personally.
this was the one. This is it.
Yeah. Personally thought nothing of it. It's like he's trying to brag that he was dating a 16-year-old. Like, why would you brag that you were dating a 16-year-old when you're 20? Like it's a weird thing. Like even in like high school, when you were in high school, a senior dating a freshman was considered weird. It was taboo, right? Especially since my oldest brother started dating his now wife when he was 19 and she was 15. You don't need to fucking throw your brother into the bus either. But people whom she knew that never met me called me a creep for it. The truth is that I really did like her, and it bummed me out that so many people who never met me convinced her that I was too big of an age difference when her own parents thought it wasn't a big deal at all. This is the one that got away. The 16-year-old that got away from Southpaw. This is obviously problematic and weird, and when he was questioned on it, he addressed it as follows. People absolutely have a right to take issue with it, especially given the reality is that there are states where it isn't legal or normalized as it is in mine. I don't know. Like, I think it's pretty normalized 18 plus everywhere, right? Maybe some off branch communities, maybe somewhere in Alabama where you're dating your sister and your mom at the same time. Again, absolutely no reason for him to willingly give this information, right? Like, why? Just out of nowhere? I want to see what the conversation was, or if he just like flashbanged him with this. Oh, hey, and by the way, I really miss dating the 16-year-old that I was dating at 20. It's cool. Uh, if I knew what I knew now, I wouldn't have gone out with her at the time, and I was led to think both of our families that there was nothing wrong with it. But the reality is that such an age difference at that age can be exploitative, dangerous for the younger party. I'm not attracted to anyone in or below the age bracket in the present day. I'm 28 now, and I know and no longer in or just out. No longer in or just out. Oh, of high school. Well, yeah, I mean that's to be said. Like I said, I think after you reach 21, you should stop dating underneath 21 kind of period, because you're going to go out, start drinking, you're going to go do things that person can't do, and it can cause problems, right? 20 was a weird age for me. Nah, no shit. I never went to college, nor did I have a typical social life during high school because I was homeschooled. He's going with the I have no social skills because I was homeschooled. I worked at a job the same way I did during high school, only I was working more hours than before. We never had sex, thanks. I didn't need to know. We dated for months, and in that time, we did things like go to the movies or Six Flags or the mall, and we hung out at her place with her family and played Cards Against Humanity. She was a wonderful person wherever she is. I hope she's well. Family about to marry him off?
It's a little blast from the past. The
Yeah,
Cards
I know,
Against
right?
Humanity. That got really popular, and then I haven't heard it in a while.
Yeah, we played a lot in the military and the barracks and stuff like that. And I have a box here at my house still that we haven't opened in years. Uh, so weird. This is obviously a strange defense. Weird to say that you're bummed out that a 16-year-old broke things off with you because they found it weird for self-evident reasons. As if you found it unreasonable that her and the people she talked to saw it as an issue. However, since this was almost a decade ago, like he outlines in the screenshots, he was given the benefit of the doubt and let back into the community. The start of fallout between them and SK Circle is because of this being dredged up again. Chapter 2, The Inciting Incident. Mr. I'm too busy touching grass over here. By the way, I went back a little further in the thread you screenshotted. That tweet was directly responding to Alex's claim that this is survivable unless you're made of paper. So he opened the door for this type of response. Okay, let's see here. So Symbiont says an extinguisher not killing someone is very plausible. I don't get why we're acting like humans in this world are made of paper. Yes, a 2-pound object can easily be lethal if it falls from a significant height. Either an impact is fatal, depends entirely on the height from which it falls, which determines the object's velocity and the resulting kinetic energy. Okay, I don't know what this tweet's about. The tweet above.
Okay, so I know what it's about. So this is about probably a scene that happened in a movie, and it was a criticism. It was a nitpick about why something in the movie didn't. See, an ordinary person would look this and not think, well, would a 2-pound object actually have lethality if it fell from sufficient height? And they would just look at it if, oh, this is the thing that happened in the movie because a guy had to get hurt or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they've zeroed in on a moment here, but this is exactly what SouthPaw would do. Was he would take really small moments in a film and say, wait a minute, that isn't logically consistent with physics and blah 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 blah, and that would unroll. And a lot of people do talk about these things. They go into very autistic detail on Reddit and on YouTube and on X about these things, and that's their content.
Yeah, and there's like I get it, that yes, you're right from a significant defense. Like he's not wrong in what he's saying, but again, you're right. It's very autistic. Most people who are watching a movie suspend their disbelief to enjoy the movie, right?
Well, that's part of the point too. To get to this kind of like if something really egregious does happen in a movie, like something happens to the bad guy, you think, oh, we've established that the bad guy can't be killed by that, right? And then you do that, and it's like, well, wait a minute, then you kind of have that, I don't know what they call it, verisimilitude, or you betray your audience by going back on information you've already given them, things like that. I can understand that. But to this level, it's just like, come on, dude, just enjoy the movie.
Just enjoy the like. You're telling me that it's not realistic that when someone fires off a machine gun at close range and the hero dives behind cover, that's clearly not strong enough to stop the round, like a couch. That's not real. They're not being realistic.
Right.
The tweet above that Optimaggie Prime is responding to is in reference to the episode 2 of Netflix Daredevil. Yeah. This is an exchange that followed. Maybe your friend shouldn't be a disingenuous cope-tard over a TV show. And maybe you should get a therapist, and you clearly have an obsession issue. Man in his 30s who acts like a 16-year-old. Do you always mold like this whenever someone responds to your buddies? Or is this just because I clapped their cheeks in the argument they picked? Jesus. Claps cheeks but runs away scared when Oxpokey gets in a debate with him. The debate referring to this one about Sheev's tweet. Gotcha. SouthPaw responds by mentioning a message Pokery forgot to respond to and isn't chronically online. That's interesting because Pokey ran away scared when I responded to him. This is just like Twitter back and forth bullshit. You didn't respond to my tweet, so you ran. It's not the same thing as like getting on a stream and running. The concept of me being scared of someone is the IRL is what he's saying. Beat in a VC debate I simply forgot about.
Oh, ALR, I already beat.
Already. Yeah, gotcha. Beat, it depends on you refusing to let go of a retarded read of Shiv's tweet, which I simply agreed to disagree on. Fuck off, liar. So this is just kind of like, this isn't the weeds. I need the good stuff. But I guess we're learning about SouthPaw. SouthPaw threw quite a tantrum about Pokey's tweets, and since they are now taken down, what will be used in Discord thread in which they are still visible. Okay. Calling me a liar like the recording of me bitching you isn't out there. Apparently you're 30 acting like this. Go start a family, dork. No clue why you're talking this hot to Kaba like you don't have a documented history of being a pedophile. See, this is what happens when you admit stuff to people online. It's gonna come back at you.
They're gonna take it, but sometimes they take it out of context on purpose. Like, if you wanted to be absolutely honest about things like this, you'd probably be like, well, I guess it was legal in this state, but nobody will do that. I get the jab in there.
Yeah, of course. Well, you become hyperbolic on, you're fighting with a guy, you become hyperbolic and just say something. You know what, you've lost the argument when you have to go back on what you said previously in order to call me, someone you were perfectly content being in VCs with, a pedophile. Thanks for confirming you are dishonest. SouthPaw quickly corrected on the fact that Pokey has made his position very clear on how he feels about him and personally wouldn't let him into his community, to which TK, being the retard he is, makes a very stupid counter. While I don't agree with what he said, in fairness to Pokery, I must ask, what word is he exactly going to back on? From what I recall, anytime he has come up, he has always said that he's staying out of it, and that's not it, that it's not his community. Yeah, I can second that. Pokery has questioned your involvement in the community before, but chooses to stay out of it. And then TK, I'm sorry, that's just moral cowardice. If Pokery thought SouthPaw was a pedophile and knew SK associated with him, then why didn't he say anything about it? This is one of the worst crimes someone could possibly commit. He actively did nothing about someone he thought was that. I mean, it's pretty clear he's being like hyperbolic, right? So, should you call someone a pedophile out of anger? No, maybe not, but like just them trying to blow it up as being really worse than what it is. He's trying to send me to jail. Here's TK. I mean, objectively speaking, he dated a 16-year-old, not me. Regardless of how right or wrong he was bro just incapable of dating someone just 2 years older? Ion, know the context like that, but come on, that is just objectively bad optics. I mean, yeah, that was wrong of him, and it's weird as hell, but based on all the context with the situation, he just isn't one. I don't plan on making jokes like that publicly or anything, by the way. I'm just saying. Sure, 4 years is absolutely enough to me. Master debater. Grown adult who dated a child because they didn't know it was wrong has a bad take. Shocker. I genuinely did not know.
My
that
response,
Okay.
if you really don't think you're doing something wrong, which in this case I don't think SouthPaw is, your response should be like, "Oh, you think I'm a pedophile, right? Well, you need to go to the police." And if you don't do that, then I don't think you really think that. I don't really think you stand by what you just said, because this when you just accused me of doing something illegal. So you need to go to the authorities about it. Oh, you're not going to do that? Okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's an easy, bring down. You could also take the road to ignore it. Like if you don't even have to respond and outblow it, because it's like, yeah. Let's see here. All of these people, Matt isn't established to be an absolutist. I don't know what this is. Pokery, bait, or mental retardation. Call it. Laughing my ass off. Fighting the urge to make fun of him for dating a kid, taking pre-algebra. This is even what made him leave the GS. These were sent in. Not gonna lie, I feel like I'm not really a great fit for this GC. Have to have a good one, y'all. I think I know why he left. Southpaw thing. And then we've got messages. Didn't know it was for dating a kid, taking algebra. So to act like he was being cowardly is a lie. This then led to the VC between Pokery, SouthPaw, and C, which transpired on June 8th. Linked here. Let's go.
I've clicked record. As I'm unmuting, I think the first thing we will start with, well, I guess we'll start with SouthPaw / C. Ask
Discord
whatever.
calls are always juicy.
Huh?
Discord calls are always juicy.
Yeah.
Yeah, just before we begin with anything, I do want to also ask everybody here, Southpaw SK, Pokery, just everyone here, the fire extinguisher debate, whatever that is, I think is entirely irrelevant. If I hear it drifting towards that, I will just leave. Like it's just not a worthy conversation. There's something much more pressing to discuss right now. I'll let Southpaw take the floor in a second, but I just want to make that clear up front because it's just not something that I think is relevant nor productive to bring up at any point right now.
Yeah. Unless it's for context sake.
Yeah, beyond that, the actual contents of the debate itself don't matter. Like it's a stupid. It should not have gone on this far. It's insane that it's gone on this far.
Mm-hmm.
What? Okay, so I can't speak in. Okay, so I can speak in disagree. I can message
Yeah, so
disagreement requests. Right?
I've unmuted everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can speak in disagreement request.
That's
Okay.
that's Southpaw. It doesn't sound like his voice has changed over the years.
No second puberty for him.
Yeah.
Let me quickly pull up. Okay, so Pokery. Let me go ahead and just scroll up to get the original tweet. I mean, well, I can use the screenshot of Pokery posting it in Wayne Manor. So I want to highlight something here.
I thought
Shortly
I
after
did a
this
lot of
tweet was posted, I received.
Yeah, he's not very good at thinking on his feet.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I looked at my notifications and saw some dude who. Hold on. Where's so many screenshots posted here? There was a guy who quote tweeted me, who said, "Oh yeah, all right." This is Stampede. I don't know who Stampede is. I don't know if there's any significance, but it's someone who does follow Pokery. And after Pokery posted this tweet, Stampede quote tweets me to say, N-word, you like 16-year-olds. That's present tense. Now, obviously,
I don't know why he's saying.
this is not
I don't know why he's
necessarily
saying N-word.
Pokery
Maybe because he knows he's being
saying that I'm a
recorded.
pedophile.
Yeah,
He has said
maybe,
the
but like,
N-word.
yeah, it's in a general
I
chat,
know
right?
he's. Yeah. By the way, before he went into SK's Discord and did all that, he used to freely say slurs.
Oh,
But it's
okay.
one of those things where it's like, oh, now I've got a code switch because I'm in a different group.
See, you don't need to do that. I was in, I've been making friends with a lot of people, and I still say slurs from time to time. You gotta just man up. Obviously, like there's a limit, right? I'm not gonna say them on stream because of what it can happen to. But was it soft A even? If it's soft A, go ahead, have it. It's a general chat.
The natural assumption or read of Pokery's tweet from people who agree, who would agree with his general sentiment is that, because I dated a 16-year-old when I was 20, that does mean that I'm a pedophile in the present tense. So there's that issue. When you're not careful with your wording, that is the vibe or the sense that you give off to people who would actually be sympathetic to you. So that's a major problem with your wording in and of itself. But the problem is there's more than just that. So we have, if I can quickly, here's the double down, right? So another thing that we have
Not
here
the double down.
is, in response to your original tweet, Pokery, Saul Goonman says, "What the fuck? He's Southpaw's a pedo?" And your reply was simply, "Dated a 16-year-old when he was 20. Holy shit, that's vile." So you didn't say, well, not in the present sense, but he did date a 16-year-old when he was 20, which was like a decade ago. You didn't say that. Another thing that you said.
Why do you have to put the words like in there? This is completely ignorable, or like Egad said, if you think I did something wrong, call the police, right? Grabuglia is another one. He calls people racist, but has his friends freely dropping slurs in his server. It's like hypocritical. If that's true, especially if that's true. If you got any, send it to me. I want to see that happening. Because it's hypocritical to call someone a racist, but then drop the slurs on them, right? Dropping slurs doesn't make you a racist.
Later on, which I would say there's really only one reasonable way to read this. If I can just quickly, oh yeah, here we go. So you tagged me even though I had blocked you at this point, which is kind of funny. You said, "Anyway, Southpaw, I'm gonna go fuck my hot girlfriend who's my age. You should take notes from me, you old bitch." So yeah, if you don't think that I'm a pedophile in the present, why should I have to take notes from you?
What?
Was that it?
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, we can go one by one. Yeah, we can go one by one. You want to talk about the Stampede thing first? Or do you give a fuck about the fact that sent to Wayne Manor?
You can go with either one. I mean, personally,
okay.
I think it was a bad idea to send to Wayne Manor, but you can think differently, I suppose.
Yeah, I sent it there because I wanted to. Okay, so the stampede thing. I mean, it's not me. I don't know what to tell you. There's no
I
other.
never said it
There's no
was.
other. There's no. Yeah, that's fine. I never said you did say that, dumbass. So, anyways, what I said in my initial
You
tweet
should not
was
call
that
me
you have
dumbass
a.
after your answer.
Yeah.
After-
Okay, hold on.
You should not call me a dumbass. You should not call me a dumbass. God, that's
Whereas
how-
anybody else would be like, would shrug and let it go and just let him talk. But
yeah. This guy was on
Cool, we did.
EFAP.
yes,
Jesus.
back in 2019. I can't remember the exact date they kind of cut ties with him, but yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Hold on.
idea.
All right. No,
Yeah,
no
that's
insults.
fine.
We're trying to get through information.
So,
People.
Yeah, so that's fine because if you want to have an intelligence off, you're not going to win that battle. Like, at all, I think.
That's
Okay.
But in my initial tweet, you said that there's a more careful way to word it. There literally just isn't. I said you have a documented history of this thing. Do you disagree or agree that you have a history of what I accuse you of?
Of being a pedophile?
Of dating a 16-year-old when you're 20, yes.
You said I have a documented history of being a pedophile.
Well, yes, I would call that being a pedophile. We can get into whether or not that's pedophilia.
It's
Well,
not
then your definition is
pedophilia.
wrong.
Oh,
Just
it's
period,
wrong?
it's just
Okay,
wrong.
okay, yeah, that's fine. We can go over that. So what definition would you deem valid for the term pedophile? Would you deem Oxford Dictionary as valid?
I would deem sociologists valid with their
Yeah, you
definition
did not
rather
answer
than
the
Oxford
question.
Dictionary.
Just fuck, would you deem
Sociologists?
Oxford Dictionary as
Okay.
valid, yes or no?
No, because Oxford Dictionary gets changed every year to meet current definitions for certain things that are based on
What?
colloquial
Yeah,
terminology
so what
rather than
dictionary?
actual.
So what? Oh, wait, hold
I don't want the definition. We don't need the definition because
on, you have
oh
proof of that?
God,
we're
you're
gonna
not.
refer, we're going to refer to dictionaries. Okay.
Do you have proof of that, first of all?
Yes. That's just a thing
Yeah, can you
Oxford
show the
Dictionary
proof?
does.
Yeah, that's fine. Can you show the proof that it gets changed every year to fit colloquial definitions?
Sure, I can. Yeah, give me a second.
Are
Well, if
we
I may
really-
ask, like, what's the relevance of like Oxford
I'm telling you, this
Dictionary
is how these
specifically?
conversations go.
Yeah, this is AIDS. Listening
Yeah.
to the... let me go and get proof that the Oxford Dictionary changes every year. Yeah,
And
definitions can change. Like,
Well, here's the thing: is no part. You got to come to some realization that if you're that no party is going to be convinced of the other, because like really do you expect to go into a Discord and accuse somebody of being a pedophile and be like, are they really going to be like, oh yeah, you're right, the dictionary was correct, you got me, like I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think anybody would realistically just come out and admit it, even if you had like stone cold proof,
True. It's like, hey, why even pull up? Let's see here. I want to see Oxford. We're gonna do it. Ford definition. Pedophile.
I think the
A
only thing that
person who
actually
is
matters
sexually attracted to
legally.
children. Yeah, the only thing that would
Yeah.
matter to, because all it says is a person who is sexually attracted to children. Like that can mean a variety of. He is a serial pedophile, and we have no idea how many other boys he has abused. That's him using it in a sentence. Oh, that's pretty funny.
That's the definition of pedophile I'm going to be using.
So this
Okay,
is an
okay, I
hour
agree with
long. I
that,
doubt
then
we're
we can-
watching
we
this
can go
whole
over
thing.
that.
Actually, it's updated on a quarterly basis, and that's from the Oxford Dictionary website. And who runs Oxford Dictionary?
Yeah, can you send that?
Oxford.
Yeah, for sure.
Why are we not sleepy time?
All right, let's see.
I don't
What is
know.
the Oxford English Dictionary website?
Yeah, so nowhere does it say it's changed to fit colloquial definitions. The only thing it says is that it's updated.
What do you think updates entail?
Updates entail that could be the condition specifically claimed.
I'm trying to be as respectful
Oh
as
my
possible.
God, are
You
you
Let's
gonna
keep
cry?
it. Let's keep it.
Pause. Didn't SK just make it clear not to go for the insults and stuff? I'm trying to be as respectful as
Oh my
possible.
God, are
You
you
Let's
gonna
keep
cry?
it. Let's keep it.
Oh,
respectful.
no.
I'm just going
he's-
through the rules that SK displayed for us in this conversation.
This guy is pathetic.
So I want proof. I want proof for the. I want.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to provide it, but I'm not going to provide it to somebody who's going to resort to childish insults. I would very much
Oh.
appreciate if it's a bit more respectful.
What
Yeah,
a
that's fair.
weak,
That's whatever,
weak,
bro.
weak
Yeah,
way
sure,
to
bro.
try and weasel your way out of it. You're giving me insults. I don't talk to people who insult me. If you're gonna get in here and debate, get in here and debate, right?
All right,
So
let's.
can you show
Well,
the
the only way.
proof of the
Well, hang on.
proposition that it is updated to fit colloquial definitions?
I do not care. Can we get off of
Review
this?
what that means. That
This
last
is
part, reflect modern
autistic as
usage.
fuck.
Do you know what colloquial means? Yeah, it would mean repeal.
Yeah, I
I'm
just
cool
think
with
like it should
that.
be
But
an
I literally
unbiased party that has the
specifically asked
powers.
you. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
using
I
that to begin with is
specifically
not
asked you-
exactly a good foot forward. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you're talking over me and chimping out like a monkey instead of letting me finish. So, anyways, I specifically asked you, do you deem Oxford Dictionary is valid? You said no, and then you proceed to give the justification of, oh yeah, they wouldn't be valid because they appeal to colloquialisms and change their definitions based on this. Now you're trying to backtrack because you're realizing you can't prove that dumbass claim. So unless you can prove that they change to appeal to colloquialisms, then I do not give a fuck. We can
Right.
use
So I'm
Oxford.
currently trying to both debate you and also trying to find the sources that you're asking me for. If you want me to do that, probably the smartest way to do it is not.
And
by
you should
constantly-
stop talking to me. I was talking to SouthPaw.
Okay, but nonetheless, I'm also here involved in this conversation on SouthPaw's behalf. I'm more than allowed to speak. I would also like, though, that you would.
I'm more than allowed to speak.
I'm also here in this
Jesus
conversation.
don't need to
I'm
Christ.
actually asking for the bare thing is I would like to.
So you get the source.
Well,
boy.
okay,
so
while you
SouthPaw.
while you get the
Boy,
source,
that's true.
what is like, because we're kind of putting a lot of stock into this one definition thing, and we've barely even moved to like a singular point. So I
That's
guess to move the
SK.
conversation,
That's
what is like
Oh,
the
this
modern-
is SK. Okay.
Yeah.
They would
five.
need to concede at this point that Oxford's a valid dictionary. That's how we even got here.
SK's
It's a
got a
fucking
very
diction-
robotic voice. He's like he talks like this all the time, and he has this. He never kind of moves off of that one tone.
Yeah.
Dude, language. Okay, can we maybe appeal to something a bit more official? Like, for example,
God.
the United States law, considering the people in this call are all members
Why
or
does the
citizens
law
of the United
dictate
States of America.
definitions
Like,
words? Why does the law dictate definitions of words?
why does the dictionary dictate
Okay, this
Oh.
guy's dumb too. I feel like I could have fucking done better. Well, the law
Yeah.
is very specific on wording. That's how they decide.
Right. Yeah.
You know, it goes like if we look at. All right, I'm going to sound pedophilic for a moment. If we look at the Oxford definition where it says sexually attracted to children, the definition of children is very specific as well.
Mhm.
Right? We all know that technically it isn't everyone under the age of 18. A child,
Yeah. It varies.
yeah, below the age of puberty or below the legal age of majority. So if like this fucking Southpaw wanted to argue it, he could sound pedophilic while doing it, but he could be like, well, legally it was okay, and guess what? She was going through puberty. Oh.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. He's not really good at thinking on his feet, but even when he like writes all his like books in response to people, it's him trying to get around from using certain words where it's like here's an airtight explanation why this is, and nobody's gonna read that.
Yeah.
Why I'm right, yeah.
definitions of words. This is one university
Okay,
that's
all right.
determining this.
What
Oxford is
about-
run by
what
one
about-
university.
okay,
One
okay.
university. Why are we
Rather
still
than
arguing?
actual
Hang on,
practical.
talking about medical definitions because that's part of how they define it in the first place because it's a medical condition. Like,
They
should we
spent
just move it
the
there?
first 15 minutes of this trying to decide what definition they want to use for pedophile. This is fucking crazy. Hot take, but arguing semantics instead of just admitting that the relationship wasn't sexual is a terrible idea. I agree. The more you argue the details of pedophilia, the more you sound like a pedophile.
Yeah, what do they call it? The horseshoe theory. Like, oh
Yeah.
wow, you're very knowledgeable on this subject. I wonder why.
They're like a
I
better
don't really
place
see
to-
why that would be. I don't really see why that would be more relevant than a dictionary either.
What's a medical
I just
condition,
don't
right?
really know why we're like hanging up specifically on dictionary versus law
Because
when we're talking about the
dictionaries study
moral.
words.
Hold
I
on.
just explained this.
Didn't you just ask me not to interrupt you when you were talking about something? Thank you.
Jesus.
So we're going to talk about the moral implications of SouthPaw's actions from a decade ago. Okay, so if we're going to talk about the moral implications of that, the closest thing we have to morality in terms of this type of conversation would be
Yeah, this
practical
shit is
uses of
bizarre.
words, which would be in a
Welcome,
legal or
welcome,
medical sense,
British runner.
rather than the literal nuts and bolts of the definition of words from the Oxford Dictionary. Because technically speaking, yes, bitch is a word we could use to describe a dog, but if somebody called my dog a bitch, I'd be kind of annoyed because I don't really like that. Words take on new meaning over time. With the law, though, that's not really a thing because we actually have to have use for the words we're using rather than just the strict reading of the word and its definitions.
Yeah,
there are
well, now
actual
he's saying
practical
it.
uses for the law. So that's why I'm advocating for it. Instead of using Oxford Dictionary, it'd be much more practical to use the law.
Yeah, I don't think the law is relevant.
Or what the DSM-5 says.
I don't think
You
the
can say the
law
law is
is
not relevant all you want.
relevant.
Like, I'd like to have some
See, I'd insult him there. I'd be like, well, I don't think you're relevant.
Yeah, I don't
So
think
there.
you're right. What do you mean the law isn't relevant? I mean, yes, there is oh, look, we got British runner coming in. There is a way to talk about the welcome, British runner, welcome. The legality of it, sure. And I think that's generally the more important part of it, especially like arguing the toss about 4 years in general, right? Welcome, British runner. How you doing today?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Nothing much. I saw this on Kino's stream, or I listened to it on Kino's stream while I was playing Helldivers last night.
Nice.
Yeah, this stuff is fucking bizarre.
Dude, they've spent 15 minutes arguing just
like,
the
could you
source for a
imagine
definition.
sitting in someone's? Could you imagine sitting in someone's DMs and be like, "Oh yeah, this one time in Bandcamp, I dated a 16-year-old, by the way."
Right? Yeah. Just out of nowhere, like, hey, and you know what? I liked it. I liked her. But we didn't have sex though. We didn't have sex.
It's definitely how the message comes across. Like,
Mhm.
it's a weird brag. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Well, a lot of it is like my parents were okay with it, or her parents were okay with it. It was legal. It was all these other things. I mean, first
Yeah,
off,
but
just
it doesn't
don't say it.
necessarily. It doesn't necessarily mean it's moral, though, is it?
True.
Like, like if a guy at work told me, like, yeah, I'm dating the 16-year-old, by the way, and he's like 20, 22-ish or something like that, I'd definitely be like, it's a bit fucking weird, dude. What are you doing?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say I took some digging. It's a 27-minute video, so you don't, if you want to watch it on stream, you don't have. But the Southpaw and Dishonored Wolf confrontation, which happened about 3 or 4 years ago, I found it unlisted on this guy's YouTube channel. Yeah,
Okay.
let me find it.
okay, send it in. We may watch it here in a little bit. Well, like it's okay. I have a hard line. Like once you've hit 21, I mean, you probably shouldn't date. If you're out of
Yeah.
high school, you probably shouldn't date anyone in high school, right? That's just a
Yeah, it's
here
just fucking strange and weird and all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously cases for
Like,
you just got out.
regardless if it's legal, everybody I know, yeah, would like definitely like judge you for that decision to date someone that's, yes, it's like above the age of consent, but like it's still really fucking strange why you would make that decision to date someone in that age group.
Yeah. Well, while a lot of states do have like age of consent at 16 or Romeo and Juliet laws and things like that, it's pretty well established throughout the U.S. Like,
I mean,
as
I
a
know
moral
people-
argument.
I know people that thinks it's weird, yeah, that you would like an adult, like someone that's 25 would date someone who's 18. So
Yeah, it's pretty widely accepted that you shouldn't date a minor if you're an
Yeah.
adult.
yeah, exactly. Like,
The people who are arguing about Romeo and Juliet laws are the ones that are dating the people. All right, let's keep going with this
like
autistic thing.
there's like countries out there that have their age of consent lower than that. So
Yeah.
if you're gonna go with a legal argument, yeah, then when you agree that like you could date someone of a younger age than that sort of thing based off the legal argument, like that is crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's like then you start traveling and you become one of those guys. Oh, I went to but Bangkok has low, France.
Just
I know
make
used to be super low.
every country should have a age of consent of 18.
Well, so funny thing about the U.S., there is like a federal law that says it's illegal to date someone under the age of 18, but it usually falls towards the
Good.
states. But technically, if you travel with your underage girlfriend to another state and have sex with her, it's it's illegal. You can get arrested
That's-
for.
That's pretty fucking grim.
Yeah. Oh, we went to Six Flags, and then the cops picked me up for pedophilia. Anyway, let's see if we can get through some of this autistic thing to the actual pedophilia allegations.
just date people your own age,
Yeah, it's pretty simple, right?
or within your own age group, like
Yes.
as adults, like.
Mhm. Just stay above
I
20,
don't care.
25.
Like I don't give a shit if a 28-year-old wants to date a 24-year-old, but a 20-year-old dating a 16-year-old is kind of wild. I'm not gonna lie.
That's fair. That's fair.
Reasoning for why it's not relevant.
I already explained earlier why it's not relevant.
And I just explained as well a reason for why we
Okay.
can't use the literal dictionary definition of see though.
Actually why they're updated.
Also,
which
just
is why I
before
was
you go
contending
ahead
whether or
again.
not invalid to begin with. Obviously,
Like, what's your opinion about SK keeping this guy around and all that stuff? Like saying like how he's a reformed pedo. So
Wait, hold on. I haven't seen that yet. I guess.
That would make sense.
I've
would
seen
make
it
sense.
before. I've seen it before in another one of SK's. I think it's an unlisted video. I saw this a little while ago.
What
The
we're
line
hearing,
that
like-
SK usually
I think this
draws
was
is
with
whether-
the. I think it was with the Arachnid Youth guy. Like, if you guys are aware of that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say the
Correct.
line that SK usually draws is whether or not you're ideologically sound. So if as long as you believe in the same, like, because he's a pretty staunch, I think Marxist, like communist kind of personality, like a bread tuber. I don't think, but so I think
A
if
communist.
well, yeah, yeah, LARP, like, you know, there's a lot of communist LARPers, but
Yeah.
but basically, I think that's what he would say is like, as long as you have the right ideas, then I'll make concessions for you. You know,
Yeah, it's
no
what I
matter
said in it's what I said in Kino's chat last night. I was like, come on, SK, like, let's be real. The reason why you kept this guy around is because you're friends with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know it's
absolutely.
funny, they didn't establish this quote friendship until the fallout with EFAP, and that was the thing that SK kept on nagging Mahler about, was that, hey, you know, you're criticizing these things in movies, but I remember I actually had this uploaded onto my channel, but his basic criticism of Mahler was not the objective standard stuff or whether or not he was actually correct about about nitpicking, but it was about whether or not he was criticizing I think trans people the correct way, and he was giving him statistics about like trans people. Well, I'm not gonna say on YouTube but basically saying that Mahler should be more attentive to those statistics, and Mahler basically kind of saying, okay, I've never really thought about these things, and I don't really want to think about these things. But that was the yeah.
Yes, we are talking about the same SK that said Noah wasn't plagiarizing. Yeah, it seems pretty clear he won't criticize anyone who's on his side until it's absolutely down, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if he's
Well,
defending,
apparently SK didn't even know Noah at that point. So.
oh really? That's nuts.
But I guess like he probably would see Noah on his side because he's against grifters and all that stuff. So
Yeah, team sports. What did SK say in defense of Southpaw? Is what I wonder.
sorry.
Oh, I said, what did SK say? Do we know what SK said about his in defense of Southpaw?
I can't remember all of it, to be
That's
honest
fine.
with you.
That's fine. We'll keep going here. I mean,
Like, I'm still a bit fuzzy of where I heard it from, so
yeah.
like,
mean,
I
if he-
believe it was something to do. I believe it was something to do with Arachnid Youth. His issues with that.
I don't know Arachnid Youth either. I've got.
Arachnid Youth was a guy, according to SK, is a guy that draws lolly characters. Like I think it was like he drew he aged up like May Parker from the Into the Spider-Verse or something like that. Now was that whole thing with that.
Always with the lolly.
Mhm.
Let's see here. No, Mahler said that he has disagreements with Nerdrotic, but doesn't purity test his friendships. Okay, yeah, sure. I think in I think that's a problem with a lot of these sides of it, whether it's the anti-woke or whether it's other people. Like, you should be able to
I
criticize
mean,
your friends
these
better than you
and
take.
the anti woke and these anti grifter people. Yeah, I just see them as two sides of the same coin nowadays. Now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, what Kino Flex is talking about now, yeah, that was a Discord conversation that they had. I can't remember where this stemmed from. That's the problem, but it did stem from basically, yeah, the purity spiraling. It was, and Mahler, the way Mahler says he operates is that he says that, yeah, if they. He doesn't really have ideological disagreements with people. Mahler doesn't. I think it's more. It's. I don't know. It's weird. I have theories on it. I've even got a video set up where I'm going to talk about it. But I think it's more whether or not you're a kind of a consensus person within our particular circle of people on YouTube. So if the audience doesn't like you, and you do something egregious that might hurt our metrics, our place in the algorithm, then we get rid of you. That's kind of more or less, I think, how
Gotcha.
Mahler operates. I think that's how critical. I think that's how most of them operate anyway.
Yeah, I would say that's how the vast majority on both sides operate. If you want to know a little bit more about that, there has been a little bit of drama between KinoFlex and a friend of the channel, Simon. I guess KinoFlex is a friend of the channel at this point. They're going to come on Friday and talk about some hypocrisies pointed out between Mahler and
Wait.
And
You're friends with KinoFlex. Didn't you know this guy manipulated Ottolino?
Yeah, I heard, and I just feel like I need to Saturday. It's going to be Saturday. I just feel like I have a moral obligation to hang, stay with him morally. He's on the right side.
So you transcended. I see you transcended the political spectrum now.
Yeah, that's right.
A word is going to update with time in terms of its definition. I don't really see how that's relevant here. You made the argument that's invalid because it changes for just.
Okay, I don't give a fuck about the invalid or valid the definition
completely
is.
medically inaccurate.
Let's talk about the pedophilia.
To children at one point, and then you're like just suddenly no longer a pedophile. That's not how it works.
Your attraction absolutely can change.
Not to children. That's no.
Why? Wait, hold on. What would be the relevant distinction here? Why could it not change for children?
I'm going off of what doctors who study this shit say. I'm not going to give you a why.
That's not answering the question. What you just did.
That's not Oxford Dictionary, my guy.
You can be obtuse like this. You can be obtuse like this all you like, but I mean, I'm just going off of
I'm
what
not
the
being
experts actually
obtuse.
say.
You're just not answering
Yes,
the
you are.
question.
To be fair,
You're being obtuse.
okay.
So, I mean, I think I'm getting an idea of this guy where he's just really bad at arguing and rambling. Like, we just spent a fucking 15-minute stint going over the definitions. And neither of them are going to agree, because one guy is just like, if you date anyone under 16 when you're over 18, you're a pedophile. And his whole thing is doing the pedophile defense of, well, medically they stay pedophiles, right? Medically they stay pedophiles. I'm attracted to older women now. Not exactly the best. Let's see here. The argument being whether or not SouthPaw had a documented history of being a pedophile. The basis of his argument being that DSM-5 says a 5-year gap is necessary. 16 and 20 only begin 4. So he's just
Yeah, but still, that's like grasping for straws at that point.
Yeah, you're trying to place semantics on it. It's doing the same thing. Well, like, I'm dating a.
I mean, even if we were to go on that whole thing, right? It's like 1 year. Like, it's still like, like there's a 4-year age gap. You're talking about a 5-year age gap would be necessary to call it pedophilia, or would be required to call it pedophilia. Like, But that's like 1 year away.
You could
You
also
know,
say
like-
it as like you're a college age guy dating a high schooler, and it would sound just as weird.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Also-
just doesn't sound like a great argument.
No, it's not.
For
It's
your
not.
defense.
Defending semantics
This is
on
why-
pedophilia never works out.
Yeah, this is why again is I feel like Southpaw feel the way he operates is he thinks that hey, if I give you enough of a logical dissimulation of what I'm talking about, then you'll just be convinced. That's really how he thinks everyone operates, when it's like, no, I think the guy you're arguing with is not going to ever be convinced, because he that's not the point. His point isn't to logically work through this. His point is actually just we need drama for YouTube. That's basically what it is. We need
Right.
drama for social media. I think that's what it is.
And also, it could just be like anything under 18 is a pedophile. Like, how are you going to convince him any other way?
Yeah.
I mean, one, just don't like this. All could have been stopped if you just didn't tell this guy the story of your life, and also just kind of
Didn't tell
ignore it.
everybody, yeah.
It kind of reminds me of like a stand-up comedian I saw the other day. Like, he was going through this. He was like saying, like, now I can't really say this to people because it kind of makes me sound like a pedophile. But
I've heard that.
But like, being attracted to teenagers isn't being technically a pedophile. It's actually a like a herbivore or something like that. So yeah.
Yeah. But I say that.
Still makes you sound like one.
Yeah. The fallout of this included TK cutting ties with the community and saying some spiteful things about Pokery's points to a associate named Kinster. I'd like to add that he neglected consulting Pokery before saying these things behind his back, who he was on good terms with before this. All right, so like he didn't like his friend being TK didn't like his friend being called a pedophile, so he left. His actions stemmed from ignorance. So one night before I was preparing to go to sleep, I got a DM from TK asking to talk. So I was like, sure, and the following screenshots below is our conversation. Uh-oh. TK, I'm not trying to start a huge argument here. I'm just trying to get some clarification from you and also clarify some things to you if need be in return. I mean, I saw you left Manor, and I was kind of in shock that you did leave. I didn't plan on coming back, sadly. I view SK's community as very toxic place that I'm just not a good fit for. It's better for my mental health. God damn it. I hate when people do this. It's just better for my mental health. Like, shut the fuck up. It's better for my mental health if I have to avoid it.
To give him credit, I was in SK's Discord years and years ago, and to give him credit is they do a lot of purity spiraling there. So if you're not ideologically sound, then they do give you a hard time.
Sure.
Yeah,
I can
it's
agree
the
with
same
that.
thing with Boss Noah's Discord.
Yeah.
Like straight after that plagiarism stream, right? Like after the call we had, I jumped into a call with Noah and his community when they pinged me.
Oh.
And they gave me a lot of fucking shit for things I didn't even fucking say. They couldn't tell the difference between my voice and Dicker's voice for some reason.
Yeah, I remember.
All you
hearing about
British
that.
folks sound alike.
Yeah, just one Brit was attacking him, not multiple.
Yeah.
It is funny how people. I guess it's a little bit of an American thing. I think when we hear a British guy, we think, oh yeah, you're a snobby intellectual person.
Yeah, but be fair, British is.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
But
yeah,
I'm
I
a
get what you're
snobby
saying.
guy.
No, I'm just joking.
No,
around.
I'm just saying that's it's like a common, I think, American thing where if we hear a British guy, we think, oh, you're really smart, but you're a snob too. Like you're
Yeah.
poking your nose at us. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
it probably Probably goes back as far back as the revolution. Maybe it's just built into all of us.
That's right. We just our innate hate for all the British and tea.
Yeah.
Good thing I don't drink tea then.
No, there you go. There you go. A converted Brit. I mean, the other countries do the same thing about us, right? The U.S. is known to be like overly cocky. You get called cowboys. The first time I was I was ever denied going into a bar was in London, and it was me and some military buddies. I mean, I understand why. It looked like a really nice place, and we were drunk as shit. But it was the first time, and it was probably because they saw we were drunk American soldiers. Oh, I don't plan on coming back. I view SK's community as toxic. My mental health is weak. But yeah, I'll just say it. SouthPaw doesn't do any of those things. I don't know where Timberus is getting that from. SouthPaw merely just has strong arguments that he can back up with evidence, which is why I side with him. The problem is not every argument can be backed up with evidence. Sometimes it's something that's very malleable, like morals.
Yeah.
But he lost to Pokery. He really didn't. Pokery is an unreasonable dipshit. Wait, how did Pokery lose the argument? I listened to the debate in real time and generally could not believe what I was hearing. Pokery's premise is fundamentally broke. God damn it. They're doing the same thing in the call. Firstly, you can't stop being a pedophile. I don't know where they get this from. You could, yes, if you have like the mental health disease that makes you attracted to children, but that doesn't mean that every person who does that is like the medical definition of a pedophile. I don't know why I'm arguing this. Let's keep going. If you could, if you could, scientists would be all over that. This is also the type of logic that allows pedophilia back onto the streets. What?
The streets?
By you calling him a pedophile wrongly, it's making more pedophiles rape. Jesus. So is SouthPaw still attracted to the 16-year-old if this is the case? Not at all. You can't stop being a pedo then. But see, the thing with SouthPaw is that while it was weird based on the context, it wasn't pedophilia. The age gap is medically too small to be considered such a SouthPaw. Actions during the time ultimately stemmed from ignorance. Not to mention he fundamentally opposes what he did now. I don't know. The tweet sounded like he was like reminiscing the little DM he sent. It's morally fucked, yes, and it should be done, but it isn't bad enough to be considered as such.
The problem is I don't think SouthPaw really thinks about what he types in. I don't think he thinks people are going to react the way they react to some of these things. Whereas you're like, anytime you DM or do anything with somebody, my first reaction is like, okay, I'm not the most prominent YouTuber out there, but at the same time is what is this person up to? Is he legit or does he want a soundbite, so to speak, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you think 20 and 16 isn't pedophilic? It's getting there, but it would need to be 5 years of age. I like lines in the sand. 4 years.
Just date the person for one more year, then you're a pedophile.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. The thing as well is that it was legal in his state and seen as normal, so SouthPaw didn't really know any better. But it wasn't really seen as normal, right? Yeah, the parents were okay with it, but a lot of people were apparently talking to her saying how weird it was that she was dating this 20-year-old guy.
Yeah.
I should point out here that it matters less what I personally think and more what medical professionals should study on the subject in depth. As I said, I think that age gaps is weird and shit. I would not associate with SouthPaw currently if he didn't condemn it. Even then, I would say that counts as pedophilic, does it not? I think it can depend on context personally. If said 20-year-old is fully aware of why it's wrong and is into her anyways, then I could. God, now we're getting into like the moral. It could be if we did these. With SouthPaw, though, it's just isn't the case. You need to be the line in place otherwise. We'd have idiots claiming 17 and 18 is pedophilic. 2 years, I think, in this case is fine. 3 years is where it starts to get eye rolling. 4 years is where it starts getting really dodgy. Would you say that this applies to racism and murder as well? In what way? You can be raised as a racist, but not be one later down the line. Yeah, I don't see why it wouldn't apply to racism. So 4 years racist, you're still a racist? Is that what he's saying? Needs to be 5 years before you can stop being a racist? Racism, like someone can't.
No, it's like what they're talking about is like, if you're racist now and later on you like don't what I'm getting from this is like, you could be racist right now, but then later down the line don't commit any like racist actions sort of thing, right? Or say anything racist, then you're no longer, or you're always like a racist, or you're not a racist anymore. I don't know.
Yeah. I always stick to the firm rule of you can build 1,000,000 bridges, the finest bridges you've ever seen, but if you suck one cock, you're not a bridge builder, you're a cocksucker. So
oh yeah, that's the German joke. Yeah, you're a pig fucker, even though you raise families, build bridges, build houses. Yeah.
I don't think he was ever one. So why would SouthPaw no longer be a pedophile then? I don't think he was ever one. It's absolutely fair to see SouthPaw as a weirdo, but this calls him a pedophile just wouldn't be accurate. Sorry, my Wi-Fi went out there for a second. I don't know what happened. Wait, hang on. I see what you're saying here. So comparing pedophilia to racism here would be just not correct. Racism is a belief, while pedophilia is a disorder in the brain that never truly goes away. I mean, I'm starting to think TK might be a pedophile too. It's absolutely fair to see SouthPaw as a weirdo. At the very least, I feel like TK had a 4-year age gap somewhere in his life that was around the age of 18 to 20. Sorry, my Wi-Fi went out. It truly goes away. Racism is a disorder, though, is it not? No, it isn't. Not a mental one. It's merely a wrong belief. So let's address what he says here. Point by. Really? Do we have to? Or okay.
Yeah, that's kind of.
I'm gonna skip the autism.
I mean, I appreciate the dedication to this craft, but
yeah, I mean, like we're gonna get all of this criteria and all that. I appreciate the autism, but
have you gotten to the point where SouthPaw claims that the guy he's debating against is like, what do you call it? Him calling him a pedophile is like a Nazi propaganda.
No. Ooh. With several people.
You're gonna love that.
Yes. SouthPaw, I don't care about the deal. Media, I misinterpreted you, but I thought you meant no public statements. Is this still about the pedophilia? And C, everyone came to the conclusion that his arguments were poor and had some bad implications, which is why a VC was scheduled. Another VC by SK to clear the air. However, it was only ended in making SouthPaw look, oh yeah, this is still about the pedophilia. All right, let's go to the next chapter. Also, so for about a year or two now, or did he say it in this one? Now I have to skim to see if he called him. I think it's someone that you've known for a long time, making main character, making character implications about them to people that may or may not know. This line of text, no, nothing about him calling it fucking propaganda. So for about a year or two, I have known that a close friend of ours, an IRL friend I've known since the 4th grade, that kind of found himself in this community, who I'll just call S, because that's what he goes by, was sexually harassed by someone in the community. She didn't tell us who. With the most that I knew was that the person is not in Wayne Manor. After the recent SouthPaw shit, when TK decided to go on a break from the manor side of things, I guess he also left my server because on Friday, which was my birthday, thank you, as like that was important information. I had to know it was their birthday. This happened on my birthday. S asked me why he left. I pretty much explained to her the weird shit TK said to defend SouthPaw and how I didn't want associate with TK very much as a result. She asked if that meant I wouldn't be associating with Notch and H, who are some of TK's friends, respectively anymore. And I told her it was up to them because they weren't the ones defending a 30-year-old man saying 16 to 20 wasn't pedophilic at all. Then she drops the bombshell that the person who sexually harassed her was H. I don't know who H is. I was completely shocked and happened to have been in the server VC. Oh, this is going to be the guy that sent the I went ahead and told them that I just learned that H did some really bad shit and everyone would be best off not interacting with her anymore. After the VC grilled me for more info for about a minute, it was a private VC, so I could obviously trust everyone not to talk about it publicly. I mean, if you're in a VC with anybody, you should just assume it's going to go public, that someone is recording you. I just went ahead and explained the deal. Dom got involved and recommended I get in touch with TK about it and show him evidence that all that. So naturally I did. He was obviously shocked and disgusted and proceeded to tell me that he's going to need to go over everything with some other people. The images have obviously been censored upon discovering they are a minor. God, fucking minors everywhere. We've seen these. We've read through these. At least that one. Well, what the fuck? Hang on. Those first two aren't loading. Yeah, I'm seeing that now. No clue why. Still not. Wait, might be a setting thing for me. Not now. So this that he sent, I'm assuming the uncensored image. They're just like spreading this fucking CP around. They're like, hey you, does this look like CP to you? Yeah, that looks like CP. Hey, could you send it to SouthPaw? Or no, then SouthPaw grabs it and takes it to someone else's. How many people do you think it takes?
To SK.
Yeah, it takes it to SK. Like, how many people need to receive the CP before it's considered a pedophile ring, do you think? Well, yeah, I see that now. No clue why. Still not, but wait, maybe my settings. Try now. Yeah, my cloud isn't syncing properly. Hold up. Why do we get all... I don't need that you had problems sending it. Send me the fucking relevant shit. By the way, is nothing against you, but you weren't really involved at all. Still, no, what the fuck. Okay, they're still weirdly cropped. What? Let me try merging these images instead. They're displaying properly for me, so hopefully they look fine to you. Hopefully the bulge looks fine to you. Jesus Christ. Phrasing. I don't know why they included this. I don't either. Oh, man. They do.
I wonder if these people ever thought that here I'm gonna get into film criticism, and now I'm in a Discord and we're sharing these pictures with each other.
This is very serious business. We have to figure out who this minor is and why they're. Oh, However, the result of this had him sending that evidence of her sexually harassing Kaba's friend, someone who he would know as underage at the time, considering they were on his podcast for a while. However, the result of this had him sending that evidence of her sexually harassing her friend, which is obvious CSAM and illegal. Hold on, which one's this one? He distributes this uncensored. I mean, you distributed it uncensored. I mean, I get you didn't know it was a minor at the time, but maybe don't distribute fucking porn to people just in case it's a minor. About a week later, an argument happens in a general chat between someone known as PJ and SouthPaw, in which PJ used the fact TK sent CSAM as a point to how he's not trustworthy. The best faith read is that the person didn't think of the implications of sending it or didn't realize the person was a minor, which at best makes him extremely incompetent. Who's the purple? We're at page 33. Who is purple? Kinster is Fias was purple. Okay. It wasn't Cabas saying this, but I mean, by your nature, like Cabas is indicted in it, right? The law doesn't care if you knew it was CP when you sent it. Now they're all in this situation where they've done something pedophilic. There's the night. Racism. 33 is where we're at. I don't know why I'm doing this. Settings, don't care. Extremely incompetent. DMs that TK has shown me where you exposed a similar sentiment about my relationship for a decade ago says otherwise. Personally, but also unfunny. I never meant a word of it. TK is not only untrustworthy, but sent CP in a group chat. In a group chat. Fuck me. So I don't know if you want to trust this judgment. I still dealt with you, did I not? No. You cried. Is PJ the guy he was arguing against originally? Or was that someone else? Or I've already forgotten. Oh,
No,
so I never
the other
DM'd
guy
you.
was Yeah.
Yeah, I cried in the
Or
DMs
maybe
and
maybe it
NVC.
was.
Maybe. Still dealt with it, Lo. You cried. Yeah, I think maybe. It sent CP in a
I
group. I
think
don't
it's
know.
all
Make sure.
about something else.
Yeah, I think so. And in VC, once Pokery called you out for the fuck. Yeah, it's Pokery. That's who it was. And you fucking out a
Pokery, yeah.
16-year-old. We didn't fuck Jack. Didn't even bother jumping in, bro. TK left the group. Exactly. That's not a good look. You're a bad faith piece of shit. You're a pedophile. SouthPaw left the group.
Oh, I think this was well, this was the extra context I think Southpaw added was that he had a girlfriend who was 16, but they never had sex until she was 18. I think that's, if I'm remembering correct, that's the story he told. So but they're obviously taking it. Yeah.
Sure,
So I think they
that's
are
cool.
taking it out of context.
I'm sure that's called something else, right?
Yeah, I think there's like it's like, it's also like a word that also means like brushing or tending your hair.
Yeah, I know that. I know that Razor Fist kind of said the same thing about his girlfriend. Why he wasn't in a underage relationship is because I never did it until she was an adult.
Well, that's 8-Bit Eric too, right? But he was, I think, in his like 30s or something like that when he fucked that 18-year-old.
Yeah, big man, right?
Yeah, it was in his wrestling days. There was a minor who hung around with him, and when she turned 18, he got himself some of that. Then we have all these. We know about these. I didn't mean to send you CP. That's not the point I'm trying to make. Yes, you saw that right. SouthPaw decided to distribute CSAM after his friend was already called out for doing the exact same thing, meaning he was 100% informed that this person in that image was a minor and sent it anyways. That is just kind of crazy. Like we've had these he's had multiple conversations at this point with people about these images, and TK and him have admitted that it's a minor, but they're still sending the uncensored image around, which means they still have it on their computer.
Dude.
I just like, do you even think when you do stuff? He didn't apologize in the
I don't
exchange.
know how these people function in real life.
No shit. How do you just fall into CP images on your fucking computer? Oops, I fell and accidentally sent the images.
I sneezed and I hit the keyboard.
Oopsie, since I sneezed and sent CSAM. He didn't apologize in the exchange. He didn't express remorse or regret for what he did. Only made excuses for why he sent it and redirected blame to Captain Kaba. I'll say, like, Captain Kaba sent it, but he's like the least implicated because he had no idea. The thing he should learn from this is just don't send sexual images of people to other people. Someone who, again, wasn't even aware of the CSAM. And with that, even the people SouthPaw associated with have no problem with it being public. His friends who originally sent it has cut ties, and SouthPaw has been left to pick up the pieces. So yeah, I mean, that seems like, oh, yeah, he's protected now. This is new stuff that was coming out. SouthPaw doesn't condemn what he did as much as he should. He doesn't take accountability, and he's not grossed out enough by seeing CSAM and not proceed with sharing it to other people. I mean, to be fair, like if someone sent me what they sent, I would delete it and I would block them. It'd be like one of the only ways they block me. Like, even if it wasn't a minor, I don't want to see that shit. He's 30 years old. He should know better. Do not attack or harass or exploit anyone mentioned in these docs. So do you think 2 times is enough to start calling him a pedophile? Distributed CSAM and dated a 16-year-old?
Yeah.
Yeah. Once, shame on you.
I mean, like the dots are fucking connecting together. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, absolutely. I would be surprised if more came out. That's usually how this goes. And they said they're going to be updating this article as new things become known. Oh, like Kaba said, do not harass. Let's look at SouthPaw versus Wolf confrontation, because now I'm interested.
Yeah, so that is I think that was back, I want to say it was probably as early as 2021 or 2022. I don't know how familiar you are with EFAP, but
I mean, I'm lightly familiar at best. I've watched EFAP before. I generally like when they're covering drama. I don't really care for media criticism as a whole.
Are you at all familiar with the Dishonored Wolf?
No, I'm not.
So during Mahler's older days, when he was getting popular, one of the reasons he's primarily popular is because he hopped on the Last Jedi bashing bandwagon that a lot of other channels, including Nerdrotic, the Critical Drinker, and there was just so many other channels that when they were bashing DLJ, that kind of shot their channels into popularity. And I think following that was a lot of like DDJ Cobra, who's Geeks and Gamers. He did a little bit of that, and then they kind of rode waves on off of Captain Marvel. There was a lot of Captain Marvel hate, and that bandwagoned a lot of the woman hate stuff you see on YouTube as well. So a lot of these spheres kind of collide. But Wolf, the Dishonored Wolf, was one of the main EFAP people long time ago, and he was also heavily critical of the same stuff. So he and then he fell off. I think he fell off because it was his choice. He got a lot of criticism on the Kiwi farms, and his Discord got hacked. and he wasn't really a big moderator of his own Discord, but he kind of left it to his mods. No, actually, he didn't even really. I think that was the problem. Actually, he didn't really leave it to his mods. He kind of just didn't pay much attention to his Discord, and I think people started doing. I don't know exactly what they started doing on his Discord. If it was some CSAM thing or if it was them posting lolly or whatever it was, but it stumbled out of his control, and so that was one of the contributors to why he basically left the internet. Actually, I could show you one of the final things that he
Okay.
posted before he left.
You know, it's funny about looking at like the Last of Us or the Last Jedi drama and things like that. I absolutely think the movie sucked. I think they made a lot of mistakes when making it, but it according to this, it made $1.3 billion. It sold less than the Force Awakened by 1.5 mil, but it still
I don't
did.
know why it sold less because The Force Awakens is just the rehash of A New Hope. So
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
I think part of the reason is he was. My theory about Wolf was he was experiencing some trolls remorse, where I think he a lot of his criticisms were very kind of chud based, kind of what do we call chud right now? But it would be more anti SJW stuff, and I think he started rubbing shoulders with people who didn't really like that. So if you read kind of what he says in this little post that I just put under there,
There won't
this
be.
was I think his last tweet.
Yeah, there won't be any more
Or
new videos
comment.
again, ever. I can't do it anymore. I can't keep forcing myself to do something I know nobody is going to like. I can't keep pretending like I'm happy and everything's okay when I'm never happy and everything in my head is so fucked up and wrong. I hate everything I've ever made, everything I've ever said, and everything I've ever done. All I do is make everyone's lives worse for having been in them. I only hold back the people I care about and waste everyone's time. I'm just a stupid, untalented. It sounds like he's in a deep depression there. Untalented, unlikable piece of shit person, and I hate everything about me. I'm so tired of pretending things are ever going to change and that things are ever going to be okay when I know they won't be. I wish I never made a YouTube channel. I'm not going to stick around to keep ruining everything like I always do. Everyone's better off without me being a useless burden on them. I'll just do what I should have done a long time ago. I'm sorry for being a waste of time. I'll just do what I should have done a long time ago. That sounds like some sliding right there.
Yeah, so for that is I think that kind of made it so that I know that SouthPaw called the police, citing that he might be heroing himself.
Yeah, Baker
And
Ekman.
I think Mahler also kind of like reached out to him.
Yeah.
But he was probably, if he had not left, he would probably been the second biggest voice on EFAP. Because that's kind of where they got started. He and Mahler did a lot of back and forth. Like, no, he's alive. He was spiraling a little bit, but he's alive and he's supposedly still working with EFAP. I don't know if he's editing videos with them or what he's doing there, but so this was his final interaction with SouthPaw, and basically kind of laying out why he was kind of fed up with SouthPaw, and he laid things out. And I think this is during the period where he was kind of spiraling a little bit too, so you can kind of get that vibe. But you can go ahead and listen to it.
Okay, we'll learn a little bit more about SouthPaw.
Oh no!
just before we start,
for some reason,
like, I was just gonna say, like, I've known about EFAB for a very long while, but like, one of the things I've recently listened to on their show is when I discovered who Twin Perfect was. If you guys know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
He was the guy that basically did a whole series on like the Silent Hill games and continuously blamed one developer for why certain games were the way they were, why the HD collection was like really buggy and glitchy and all that stuff. without even considering what could have like led up to those things. And he later moved into media criticism, like as in films and all that stuff, saying why Superman versus Batman was actually underrated and everyone was wrong about it, which brought EFAP's attention towards him. So and in the like before the stream was going on, he just basically did like an Otterly Noah, where he was just shit talking in his own Discord server, and they pulled it up on stream, and they had like a conversation about all of that stuff, and it was so fucking good because the guy is so fucking pretentious with his Silent Hill videos. He doesn't care.
I think that's why
he didn't give a shit enough to actually fucking look at like what could possibly happen. One of the reasons why the remasters, the HD collection was buggy and glitchy was because they had to build the whole game up from the ground up again. Because the source codes back then, like when the original 3 games were made, the source codes would just get thrown in the trash. They didn't keep the source codes. That was a practice back then, like in the 90s. So they didn't have access to the source code, so they had to try and rebuild it from the ground up using the game's files or to like try and replicate it as best as they could, and that's why there's a lot of issues with the HD collection. But this guy didn't even bother to even think about those sort of practices or anything like that. It's just that, you know, the developer that is the face of the studio, right, is a liar, he's a bad person, he's this or that, and it just resulted in the guy getting a lot of harassment because of it. So to see him getting his comeuppance on EFAP was very satisfying.
I imagine.
That's a lot of the early EFAP. I think they probably even still do it today. I haven't watched them for a while, but that really does kind of define what they did. Was they kind of found, I want to say they found easy targets. They found people who made bad criticisms, but were not getting a lot of feedback for that criticism. You know, so EFAP was kind of a voice for people to be like, hey, this guy needs to be taken down a peg. And so EFAP would take him down a peg with the MST3K style, you know, covering their video and making fun of it. So they did that to a lot of people. And it used to be better for me when they were not as popular, but as they've gotten popular, I think they've kind of become the very thing that they've criticized. But that's not in a huge sense, but in minor senses here and there. But yeah.
I'm actually interested in making a video on Twin Perfect at some point. You know, I find the whole thing very interesting.
I'd watch that. I'm always interested in these kind of characters, and then just you talking about it mirrors things that I've seen. And
I mean, he doesn't make videos anymore. I don't know what he does online anymore. Like, I don't know if he just sits in his Discord and just talks to people, but like I find it very interesting, his history.
Yeah, it does sound interesting. Like I said, it tends to mirror things that I see in the anti-woke gaming side of it, where there's no real media analysis. They'll say it's because it's this person or because it's the the trans.
I had that same sort of mentality when I first talked to Callisto, like before the whole Otterly Noah stuff, copyright striking and all that stuff happened. And Callisto is actually a really reasonable type of person to actually have a conversation about these things. He's not like the other anti-woke channels I've had conversations with in the past, who just basically call everything woke without even explaining why it's like really bad and why this shouldn't be allowed and all of this stuff. Callisto actually does explain quite a bit of why certain things are issues in like media, games, films, TV shows, all that stuff. And he actually has a reasonable, position on these things rather than just regurgitating what the popular channels say.
Yeah. I've met people here and there.
There's one anti-woke channel that has said on Twitter, I don't play these games. But I'm going to continue making videos on them. Yeah. It's just like your credibility has just gone straight in the toilet at that point.
Yeah, or like a lot of people are getting their Steam libraries shown off, and it's like I think they did one with Smash JT where it had been like 2 weeks since he had played, and the last game he had played was Slay the Spire 2, and it was after they had found out that, was it Anita Sarkeesian or the other one that was in that one? I think it was Anita was part of it, and then they're like, oh no, it's a woke game. And I was like, but your whole thing is go woke, go broke, and they had like 2-3 million people playing on Steam at once.
Yeah.
But I think there are people out there that are decent. It's just hard to find them right now.
Yeah, that you can have criticism of a game, but just like, and I'm fucking sick of people who fucking like they'll make a criticism of a remake or something like that, and when people push back against it, they'll make another video going, "This is why you can't that. This is why you can't criticize remakes and all that stuff." It's just such crybilly shit.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a critic, you should be able to take criticism.
True. That includes criticism of what you review.
Otherwise, you shouldn't be in the commentary space at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I welcome criticism. It helps me.
I do too. When I first started my channel, well,
I mean, how can you get better and evolve over time if you can't take the heat every now and again, and you can't take someone else's opinion?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like when I first started getting into the my anti woke scene, I guess we'll say, I was trying to bring people on that disagreed with me. Like I didn't want to necessarily talk with someone who had all the same points as me. I had a couple people on, like the really smaller guys, and then I criticized, I don't know if you know who Nobody Has Spoken is on his video. I criticized him pretty harshly and said some pretty harsh things. And then it was like I was blocked by all of them. Now that's an excuse not to go to talk with him. But yeah, I agree. If you can't listen to others' opinions, you won't grow. You'll just stay stuck. Social engineering is a skill, Jeff. We know you've been a victim of it.
So it's coming out of my.
I mean, Smash with the whole bisexual lighting discourse has actually united pro and anti-woke people and Halo fans of all varieties together. Well, he's in a spiral, right? He's got this lawsuit that is breaking on him. It's about to go over to California. He's not getting the slap that he thought he would get. I'm sure they'll try again in California.
Wait, that's still ongoing?
Oh yeah. They just dropped. In fact, I'm probably gonna have to do it on Friday.
I would have thought that would get dismissed or altogether. Just be like, this fucking guy wants he wants an appeal. Nah, fuck this guy. This guy's
well,
a piece of shit.
It never got.
This guy's
past,
a loser.
Right? Well, it never got past jurisdiction. That's what they've been fighting on for like the last year and a half, is should it be done in New York? It's going incredibly slowly. And so much chat GPT logs are being dropped from Smash and emails where
aren't the anti-woke supposed to be against AI though?
Yeah, I guess not. And then
that's funny.
Group messages are being dropped where like him and all of his little followers that make other channels are gay opping. It's beautiful. I'm gonna probably cover it on Friday. For now, let's listen to this.
My speakers out of my headphones for a second there. I want to cut off your opening and say that I'm recording this. Okay.
Okay.
Yep, I figured.
Hello?
Yeah, they didn't edit out the moments of
And
silence.
you're still going on about terriers 4 months later.
This is the movie Terriers. I don't think
Yeah.
You know, I think
It's
it's
a
funny
TV
that
show.
you
it's a
decided
TV
to
show.
open up your huge diatribe with or you didn't open it up with this, but you did put it in there. Something to the effect of, "Oh, my life, I don't have a whole lot going for me. but apparently you never thought about, maybe not spending 4 months about complaining about us not liking a TV show. It kind of looks like that from our angle.
Dude, that does say like miles about Southpaw's character, that he spent 4 months crying about a movie that his his co-workers will say didn't like. I don't know that there's a movie or a game or anything like that that I would hate people for having a opinion about or not liking it. Formulating those ideas, getting them in your head, gonna come up with some good ones.
I thought he was talking, but he just wasn't recording his own microphone.
It just actually, some of these moments of silence are just him like trying to think about what to say and how to respond to Wolf.
He's breathing so hard his mic is lighting up.
Yeah.
When you get into a debate, but you're vastly unprepared.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if there was an edited version, but this was just the straight up.
That's a lot of silence. Like if I was Wolf, I'd be like, "What the fuck is going on? Say something."
You also got to remember that Wolf is like one of the like big channels on YouTube right now, which is why he was collaborating with Mahler, and Southpaw is like still kind of a guest.
Through that watch party, there was a certain
through that watch party, there was a certain there's just like overall level of discomfort, this animus that I was feeling. This is the kind of guy. This is the kind of guy that like just finds big words to use to make himself sound smart.
Animus.
Yeah.
We're getting into some Assassin's Creed terminology now.
Animus. So when I got out of the Animus, I realized that the history of Jack.
Wouldn't that be awesome if an Animus actually fucking existed?
No shit. I know. I'd be jumping in on that, right?
Yeah, I jump in there, and all it turns out is my ancestor was actually just a blacksmith or a locksmith. I was just like, oh, this is shit.
Yeah. Mine would probably have been the guy who scoops poop.
Or I was a fucking rat catcher or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So like, oh yeah, this is not exactly what I had in mind.
This is completely worse than I thought. I thought I'd be jumping from buildings.
Or at least be in a
it's something that like
battle.
Right?
Others have picked up on as they've gone through the recording.
You'd be that one guy that his first Viking battle, he got fucking domed with an axe. That sounds about right.
Just sharing recordings with everybody, right?
I mean, it's a publicly available watch party recording that they agreed to have recorded, right? Like the idea was to have it edited and uploaded to YouTube if things went well.
And instead,
so it was originally just a watch party, or did they watch it live like EFAP like they normally do? I wonder.
You use it as a way to bludgeon them over and over, and me for some reason.
I'm presenting people like, this is what EFAP says about terriers. You guys can go through the show. Here's what they said about the first 2 episodes. Here's what they said about on their podcast. I let people look.
Does it not strike you as a little bit odd that you're willing to snipe at them for literal months on end for a third of a fucking year over a TV show, but you weren't willing to watch more than 2 episodes with them? Does that not strike you as just a little bit like, I don't know, pussyish?
I found it like difficult to even reason with them, especially given there are certain things that,
like what?
Okay.
Name one unreasonable thing they've said.
Okay, so when it comes to the real estate thing, I actually there's a guy that that I was talking to who works in real estate in California, and he says that
No.
while what's in the show is not 100% accurate in terms of the check being not directly from Hank, it's like it's from Lindis, it's written to Hank. But in terms of it being put down as a bid, that's an earnest money deposit, which they can actually do without pre-approval for a loan.
I had to go get proof that yeah, this guy just does the nitpicking of like it all has to be realistic. If it's not realistic,
Yes,
it's fucking
airtight. Like there
yeah.
can't be any room for so now you understand the fire extinguisher thing, right?
Yeah, it's just we'll listen to a little bit more here, and then I think we're gonna read the Noah tweets before we get out, or the Noah DMs. Another minor situation.
And I simply didn't have information on that being a thing as we're watching it. Or like when they're talking about how apparently Mickey didn't have Eleanor's phone number. I went over this with Mahler after the episode. It's made clear in the episode that she apparently was contacting her father through a payphone.
Well,
Okay.
roll it back a bit. What was unreasonable about their position with the real estate thing?
So Hank goes
It's
into the
not
open
my
house
opinion.
and he has a $20,000 check, right? He presents it to the realtor.
Okay, he's not going to explain why it's unreasonable, right?
And then he says, if I give you this, how fast can we get these yokels out of here? The scene cuts away. We don't see what happens between that exact line and them just cutting away to the next scene. That was presented as an issue because Hank doesn't have pre-approval for a mortgage loan.
Okay, this is fucking autistic.
So he's just obfuscating with the details from the show when that's really not. See, this is how autistic he is he's trying to go through details of the show, and that's not even why he's in the call right now.
Yeah, he's trying to defend why it's a good movie, and it's because of the details, right? Well, I went and talked to a real estate agent, and I'm like, no one really gives a shit about like real estate in a movie. Yeah, sure, that seems about right. Jesus Christ. All right, let's move on to some Noah stuff. Maybe more will come out about SouthPaw. Maybe he'll make a response. It looks like he's
If he does, it's
up.
going to be hours and hours long.
I guess I'll have to multi-stream it on 2.0. Oh, I know what I forgot to bring up the Noah shit. I wasn't prepared. So if you've been keeping up with an utterly Noah drama, which I think just about everybody in my chat has, my little 8 to 10 guys, Noah had more leaks, more leaky DMs. Noah's Discord and DMs.
I certainly enjoyed reading through those.
Yeah.
I was reading that to Kino last night, and they were all fucking laughing their asses off.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it. It's crazy just how much has been leaked over and over and over again. Noah just trusts everybody when he does the things that he does.
You want to do a back and forth when we read these?
Yeah, we can do a back and forth. I'm down. Are you going to be Noah or the miner?
Oh, which one do you want to be?
You know me. I'll be.
Actually,
the miner.
no. You know what? I'll be the miner. You can be Noah.
Be the miner. So I have to talk to the miner. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
All right. I'll have to do my.
I mean, I'm not called
Noah
the good
voice.
runner.
All right, and one more. Oh, there's There's tons of them, but we're gonna go. Boom. All right, we'll pull up these first, and then we'll get the next set. Furry wants to hop on. Josh, yeah, sure, buddy. But make sure you let us talk. Sometimes you get excited. All right. Let me bring it up on screen.
Okay.
All right.
I'll still be listening. I'm gonna hop out of the call.
All right, bud. See you later.
All right.
All right. See you,
Thanks,
man.
man.
I told y'all he would be involved with kids somehow.
At Noah, what happened to the server? Please tell me. I just got off work and I'm scared something happened to it. Or me.
Unfortunately, the server is 18 plus, and I can't have you there till you're 18.
What?
Yep.
Why?
It's an 18 plus server. Nothing against you. I like talking to you, and we can still talk in DMs. But you can't be in the server till you're 18. Even having already read this, like, that's insane thing to say.
Well, that's not even the funniest parts of this conversation.
It's not.
That's like that's a red flag there. I would cut all communications of this minor, but no, he had to hit them with the. We can still talk. You know who else uses that? Pedophiles.
I suppose so. But you have to realize that for me, this is the equivalent of getting hit in the face with a baseball bat.
It's okay. You can still DM me or call me.
Call me.
Call me.
It gets worse. It gets worse and worse every time I reread these things.
Yeah.
Just tell everyone. Just tell everyone I said bye. Hopefully we can meet again soon, but I don't know if that will be possible since I don't turn 18 till 2028.
You'll get there. Don't worry.
You're right. I'll get there. In 20 months. Don't feel bad about me being mad. Forget I said that we can still collab, but I know that the Winnie the Pooh watch party is off.
Not the Winnie the Pooh watch party. I will say that this child is really dramatic.
This is not. People say this is an obsession. This is parasocial. What's that one movie called? Not Obsession. There's another movie that I can't think of.
Obsession.
No, not Obsession. I said not Obsession. It's
Obsession?
Fuck it, we'll call it Obsession. there was another movie that Misery. It's kind of like Misery in a way.
I don't know if I'm thinking of the same Misery you're thinking of. I'm thinking of the
one with the Kathy Bates.
Oh yeah, that Misery.
The Arthur within that, and that's where she fucked up his knees.
Yeah,
not his knees, his ankle.
I was thinking of Martyr, not Misery. Huh?
Okay, we're continuing. No. Wait. Oh yeah. Wait.
Yeah, he clipped it in a weird way.
I originally said we can't collab on YouTube either, but I changed my mind on that. But the Winnie the Pooh watch party was requested by me, so I'm revoking that request.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, hold on.
Just don't talk to me for a while. I need some time alone to deal with everything.
Oh my god. I don't know how many people watch this movie, but have you heard of a movie called The Fan?
I think I've heard of it. I've never watched it.
with Robert De Niro and Wesley Snipes about a guy who was like so obsessed with this baseball this baseball player to the point where he kidnapped his son. I feel like this conversation right here is gonna lead this person to like kidnap Noah, and he was like, "Look at my collection. Look at all this stuff. I'm a big fan of yours. Just give me what I want." I feel like that's going to be what this conversation is going to lead to.
Oh, I can actually just do it this
Okay.
way. Cool. All right. We're missing context here, but it's on you, Minor.
Whenever I feel like it.
Perfect.
Okay, I'm ready to talk again. So I ought to ask this. Why is it 18 plus now?
That way the drama tubers can't cause us trouble.
So the new thing of the old server is why that is? What the fuck are drama tubers?
I'm sorry, but that's the. I'm sorry. His reason is so dumb. I should have saying like kids aren't allowed. No
It's
matter
not
how many times.
reasoning. It's not reasoning. It's a fucking deflection. Like he's just deflecting away from any sort of like responsibility.
Yeah.
Like if anyone would have
he's
never
not-
caught that.
And with this conversation, we can tell what his intention was with putting the server into an 18 plus only. It wasn't because he thought that was the right move. He thought, oh, I've been called out for this. I need to quickly change the rules.
Yeah,
It's still part of that manipulative behavior.
If no one would have called him out,
You know
on
what
it,
he would say. You know what he would say about Testify. He'd be like, "Oh yeah, this guy's a liar. He's a complete liar. I do have rules that say 18 plus." That's why he was going back and editing his replies to Deus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if no one would have called him out on it, he would still have that. He would still not have that 18 plus rule, even on the new server. He would.
Well, he
not
didn't. He didn't when he
have done
first
that.
opened the new server, right? He went immediately back to 16 plus, thinking that he had it privated enough, but Noah's leaky discords showed all. So it's very, it is very like he doesn't think he's done anything wrong in this entire situation.
Yeah, so like he didn't implement the 18 plus rule because he thought it was a good thing to do. He just did it because he got called out.
Yeah,
and he willingly knew that he was harboring children in there, and did it again in this new server. And hold on, there's something on Twitter that I gotta send you. I'm gonna send you on the Feed the Pig.
Okay. Yeah,
okay.
put it in Feed the Pig. Let's continue with the British.
I prefer
Minor.
answers to my questions.
All right, Minor. Just trying to be patient. I was calling someone. Another Minor? The drama tours are people like Dickers, Toastify, Anthony Gramuglia, and others who made everyone on the server uncomfortable. Calling out Anthony.
It's kind of funny how he says Anthony's a drama channel, but he wasn't a drama channel when he was on good terms with him. But as soon as Anthony called him out because Noah put him into a corner, like he's suddenly a drama channel.
Yeah, drama
he just
channel
says
now.
let's try and like
That's crazy. You wasn't a drama channel, but since you called my ass out, your ass is on my death note.
Well, the thing is that
okay, but I'm the fuck down with that.
The thing is
I mean, think about it. He thinks he's like Yagami. He thinks he is, but he would actually.
What was I about to say? I completely lost my train of thought.
Like he would put his own name and not realize it until it was too late.
Yeah. Well, the thing is it goes really hard in like these extreme, like more leftist groups to call someone a drama tuber, right? It immediately your audience is going to go, oh, that's not someone that should be trusted, right? That's why he did it to me when talking to Deus. That's why he's done it to everybody else.
I have yet to see him say that about me. So,
Oh yeah,
but
you wanna be-
apparently, according to Simon, he's always hated me. So,
Did Simon say that he's always hated you? That's funny.
Simon said that Noah always hated me. He just saw me
That's-
as an attention seeker. So,
Jesus.
I'll own it. I'll own the position.
I mean-
I'll be an attention seeker, but you won't like where this goes, Noah.
right. He's seeking attention.
It's a good thing that it's a good thing I've been pretty fucking lazy lately, not uploading my hit piece on Noah. So, because all of this shit's come out, which I will go over. Good
Please
detail.
tell me someone sent this to testify. Please tell me someone sent this to testify because
Well, even
that
if they
would be
did, I don't
hilarious.
know that Toastify is going to make another video on it.
Nah,
He may.
I think Toastify would find it funny. I don't think he would make a whole video over it.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe like a 2.5, but
Where were we?
continuation. Yeah.
No,
Alright.
yeah, I
Here-
don't think
here we go.
Toastify does that.
Yeah.
But why punish me? Crying emoji.
You weren't punished, dude. We needed to keep the minors out so the drama tubers are away from everyone. He's protecting the minors.
Jan's
you-
in waiting. by the way.
Yeah, I see him. Thank you. Jan, what's going on? Welcome to the minor chat.
Ah,
The Maya chat, dude.
why the fuck are you here, Jan? What were you going to do with this?
That's yeah. What do I get to do with any of this? I was just on Wendigo's stream reviewing conducting the ultimate rake review on SouthPaw. Again, I wanted to clarify a few things about, because it's really funny. I was just like watching it back, and you guys so the thing that he says that you can't change from being a pedophile, right? I just wanted to draw this because it's really funny. So that's technically true, but it's fucking hilarious that he's pointing that out, because okay, so by your logic, all you're proving is you're still a pedophile as far as this guy's concerned. So why are you fighting for this? I watched the full debate one day. I recommend you watch it at your own time. More, it's super long and it's super autistic, but it's so funny. What if I told you we spend 30 minutes in this debate arguing over whether it is acceptable to use the definition of pedophile from the Oxford Dictionary of English?
We didn't make it very far past that. I skipped through a lot of that because I was like, why are we trying to argue what type of definition? It was so autistic.
So, Jan, I brought something up about how SK didn't condemn SouthPaw earlier before this point. Do you remember when this was, when he said he was reformed, he's condemned the action and all that? SouthPaw condemned the action, that's why he kept him around.
As far as I'm aware, it would be around 2023. Because SK broke off with Southpaw, and then I don't know if it was through Southpaw himself or through a mutual. I think it was
something. I think it was something to do with Kino Flex. Kino made a video on it.
Did Kino take him down?
Okay, no. So that's different. I can give you the full lore with Kino, because we kind of went into it on stream as well. But So Kino met Southpaw through as far as I'm aware, through a server of a guy called Chief Talks. He does media review stuff. And Southpaw was in there. They spoke a few times, and then Southpaw and him had a debate about inclusivity in media or whatever, that whole thing. And then they kind of were friends. As far as I'm aware, Kino didn't know about the Southpaw thing with the minor at the time. And then they were kind of friends, and then through Southpaw he met SK, and this was after, because when the thing first broke, that this DM got leaked, which was before Kino met either of them. SK initially broke off with Southpaw, and then after that they made up, presumably because under this rationale. And so when he met Southpaw, he was basically explained this happened, but it wasn't it wasn't like a sexual relationship that they had, really. It was more of the way he tells it is and Southpaw has maintained that it was more akin to his impression of it was okay, it was more of a platonic, this person was a co-worker, I like liked them maybe, but like the only thing we did is we went to a fucking amusement park in the movies and played cards with her family every now and again, right? Like it wasn't like a serious relationship. So he like let sleeping dogs lie, but then Kino and I in his server. You said the erected youth guy, yeah? British? You're aware of that guy?
Yeah, I'm aware of the SK made a video on it, so I watched it.
Yeah, so Kino was beefing with this guy called Colin for a while, and he he got in contact with these guys called Ultimate Joker and Resican, and they were making like response, and they had him on for that response. And they like knew Arachnid Youth, and basically were saying that like, oh, like SK's video about him was like not like horrendously bad and like everything like that. And Kino basically was like, okay, like the way they explained it to him after from the video, he was like, oh, I don't know what to believe. And the guy, Arachnid Youth guy, because of that video, wanted to join Kino's Discord server, or like he just joined Kino's Discord server because it's an open invite, anyone can join it. We don't really moderate that shit. And Kino asked me like, should we keep this guy around? And I said, I don't know. I think he's like a weird, degenerate freak, right? But like he's not violating any server rules, and I don't know the situation that well, so like keep him around, whatever. Which then led into eventually like SK found out about that, and he got like really cross because he fucking hates this guy, and rightly so to an extent. And Kino like was basically saying, oh, how can you have a pedophile in your Discord server? And Kino was like, well, he's not technically a pedophile, right? Like he's not violating server rules. It was just like a huge spat, which led to the falling out that they had. And SouthPaw was like on the sidelines of that and pretty much directly saying like, oh, Kino, you're like a pedophile apologist for having this guy in your Discord server, right? Like you're like facilitating pedophile apologia by giving this guy a platform and basically suggesting that like just because he like associates with people who draw lolly, he's like not a pedophile, right? And then after all of that was said and done, like that discussion, Kino was like, wait, hang on, this guy dated a 16-year-old. What fucking position do you have to like purely test me about who I allow in my Discord server, right? Like given like how chicken your own past is. And then basically SouthPaw tried to deflect off of that by saying, well, you had no problem with me, you were friends with me and SK. And it's like, and I can say this, PJ says something similar in this conversation. Pretty much everyone who learned the SouthPaw story, because I only learned it before like the apex of the drama between Kino and SK happened. I was like told it in a VC that like this was a thing because I didn't know what was up with it. And it's like every single person who knows this guy and is aware of SK was like weirded out by it. Like the atmosphere was just like, I wouldn't say, and this isn't anything to be fair to him, this is anything that SK was like meaningfully enforcing. Like he wasn't like, oh, you can't talk about the Southpaw thing, but like people in the community were just like, yeah, we don't really talk about it. We think it's fucking weird, but like, whatever. SK's cool with him, so we don't really probe deeper into it. But this was like the first time that someone who was like from SK's community like brought it up and started like seriously hammering it, which is why he just like crumbled. But yeah, the reason Kino is like brought up several times in this is because they view Kino as a hypocrite because the thing that they tried to do with Southpaw in this call, or like with Pokery in this call eventually, which is like, how can you believe this guy's a pedophile but still be friends with SK? And it's like, well, number one, it's not his place to friendship audit SK's friendships and relationships just because you're friends with the guy. So that's like number one. But number two, like, the way Southpaw kept telling it before this point was, oh, I feel really bad about it, like mea culpa, it was really bad. But as it turns out, when he's pressed on it, he will immediately deflect to, well, actually, don't blame me, blame my upbringing, which is like, okay, so so you're not taking accountability then. Because like I said this yesterday, like the first thing that I said when I got into the call was like, this is a guy who hates you clearly and doesn't know you from a gutter rat. What's the point of having a debate with him about this? Like, you did the thing, he's disinclined to be kind to you anyway, he's only going to keep saying, yeah, you're a pedophile. Like, how do you win this? Like,
you win by arguing the definition that you're going to use for pedophilia.
Pedophile for 30 minutes. Yeah, like I was, to be fair, like I am, because you can tell, like I am pretty, in terms of impartiality, right? Like I'm pretty compromised here. Like I fucking hate Southpaw at this point. Before that, I was like, whatever, detente. Like he doesn't talk about me and my friend, I don't talk about him. Turns out that he talks about him constantly in VCs, as I've just learned. So that's, obviously fuck you, dude. And then the other people he has in this is like the media detective and the media detective. I don't know much about. He's like a 20-year-old freak of nature who thinks he's like the mustard when it comes to intellectual debates. And the only thing he does in this is cut to pokery 3 times because he gets thoroughly raped on like 3 different points in quick succession. And then the C is like an actual retard. Like that guy is actually 50 IQ. It's crazy to me. The C and I, like, we had an interaction. So basically before SK had his falling out, so like the reason the falling out happened with SouthPaw and SK and all of them and Kino was because they were like, Kino basically made a video response to the C calling him like unironically evil because the C was like defending Sheev's takes on the Charlie Kirk assassination, which were basically like to just try to get through it as quickly as possible. I'm sorry, I know this is a lot. It's a lot of lore. Basically, Charlie Kirk shooting happens, and Sheev and C and all of them, like in their server, are making like edgy jokes about it, right? Like saying, "Oh, like another fucking racist caught a bullet or whatever," and like doing like variations of like claims to be pro-life, dies, and it's like, look, that shit is fucking funny, okay? Some of them are fucking funny. However, to me and to Kino, there is a difference between you just doing edgy jokes for edgy joke's sake and then like morally defending the edgy joke, which is what she was doing, right? Like he basically said, hey, like, it's funny and ironic that this guy died in this way. Like, obviously, I'm going to cover my ass, say, I'm not glad that he's dead. But I think that he basically said something that could very easily be interpreted by, I pretty much think he deserved it, and he kind of got like it was a form of like karmatic retribution what happened to him in a way. Yeah. It's like ironic and it's funny because he was pro gun control and he died to a gun. But like fast and whilst he was talking about gang violence as well, like gun violence or whatever. And then Kino sees that, and he like sees C defending it and co-signing it. They have like a Twitter scuffle, and he makes a video about the C like addressing that situation, but also mainly responding to a video he made about the concept of villain worship, where he's like basically espousing like, oh, this is like how we should view morality, and people are like morally impugnable for celebrating villainy and villains and stories, which is funny as fuck coming from someone who just had what could be described as a moral lapse in judgment, right? So then C and SouthPaw, because they're still on good terms with Tino and SK at the time, say like, hey, we're going to have a discussion and debate. Kino, you can show up. Jan, you're the co-host. These 2 guys will be there. It'll be like a little chat we have about the situation, right? So before that, there's like a pre-game group chat. In this group chat, C and I have several conversations because the C is a big fan. He considers, you need to understand, the Avatar movies from James Cameron, okay, he considers them like cinematic masterpieces, okay? I think those movies are fucking slop, okay? I think they look nice and they sound nice and the story is retarded as shit. So I'm having a conversation with him about it, and there's like a point that gets brought up, and I can't remember. Yeah, sorry, go on, yeah.
Didn't you know that Avatar is kind of like Titanic in space, though? Right?
True, that is very true. And when you think about it, and Avatar 2 is like Terminator 2 Judgment Day in space, so I don't really know why I don't like these movies when you think about it. But
I was joking, John.
I know. I'm fucking with you.
It's only because I heard Tactical Templar say that to Anthony.
Did he actually?
And, yeah, he said that's Anthony Grimmigley in his debate, and
yes,
Anthony was like Titanic in space. No, it's like
what movie? Avatar. He said he was like Romeo and Juliet in space or something like that.
Templar is just
no. Titanic is space.
But yeah, so I have like a few conversations with this guy in this group chat, and like there's one time when I couldn't remember a character name, but I remember the plot point. He tried to be like, you really need to rewatch the movie when you can't even remember the name of the character. Because I didn't say the character name, I said Sigourney Weaver, right, instead, which is the actress name that plays her. And I was like, okay, that's fucking weird. Anyway, can we talk about the plot point? And like, I was just correct about the plot point. I was simply correct about it, okay? I don't fucking mind saying that, whatever. And then he was like, well, in the sequel, this might be different. You're like judging it based on one movie. It's like, okay, so you're like a dishonest, dysgenic, hideous, fucking 30 IQ freak. Like, that's what I pretty much said to him, right? And you're like a lying freak is what I called him, I think. Because I'm a little bit hot-blooded, okay? I'll admit it. It may have been uncalled for, but yeah, I called him like a lying freak in that group chat, basically. And like I said, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not interested in talking to you about this anymore. I'm a lying freak. So C shits himself and spurgs out, and then is like, oh, I don't want to be in this conversation if Jan is going to be there, because Jan was mean to me and he called me a liar and he's dishonest. Anyway, I still ended up being in that convo because he changed his mind like halfway through or whatever, and he tried to be like really, really like, oh, I'm all that, like whatever about it. But then the conversation does happen. However, at C's request, because I can't be there, the format was going to be, apparently, they're going to watch Kino's video for 2 hours. They're going to cover this video, and they're going to poison the well and prime their audience to think this video is basically complete shit, absolute nonsense. And then they're going to invite me and Kino on so we can defend our case. And I'm like, okay, well, this format is insane. This is ridiculous. We shouldn't show up for this. But we did show up in the end because Kino's like, yeah, whatever. We can show up, right? So we show up for the thing. And like the conversation goes down, and then at the end of it, they like basically Kino cuts ties with all of them, and I think I apologized to the C for calling him a liar because like yeah whatever, like just we that was basically when we agreed we're going to let like bygones be bygones, right? That was when that agreement was struck, and then yeah, they've kind of been violating it ever since. Because like one of the contingencies was Kino needs to take down a video he made about the sea, which Kino was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. So then he did.
Why is it always with these people? Oh, I need you to take down that video of me. It puts me in a bad light, you see?
Yeah, exactly.
I can't have people watching it. My fans might see that.
Yeah, but like this is like why I, this is because the reason like C gave for like I don't even on the stream is like Jan is unreasonable. He's not good faith. It's not sensible for him to like treat me this way. And I'm so glad that Pokey says this in his quote. It's like, dude, I think you're a fucking retard. I don't fucking like you. Why do you think that I would be kind to you? I think you're a fucking hideous fucking piece of shit. Why do you suppose that I would be nice to you? And it's like something that just these people have in like this circle is like this idea, oh, if you don't like me, you need to provide like a really good rationalization. Because that's like another thing I told them is just like, oh, I don't trust you. And it was like, how can you not trust me? I have all this evidence. Like, I don't trust you, man. I think you're a piece of shit. I don't trust you. And it's like, how can you say that to me? It's like, I just did, I guess. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what like deeper reasoning you're looking for. So yeah, it's and this is basically the same thing with SouthPaw here, because like SouthPaw's losing in mind because Pokery, who doesn't fucking like him, is like being unkind to him on internet, which is like tough, man. That's what's going to happen.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. Someone's not nice to you on the internet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Look, Jeff's in chat, and Jeff knows firsthand how I treat people that I fucking don't know on the internet, okay? Like...
So do you want to stick around for this, Jan?
Might for a little bit, but then I might help out.
Okay. Well, we've only
It's
got
not
about
gonna take
15
too long.
minutes for
Like,
stream, so we should be able to get through this.
True.
So, all right, British Minor, if you'll start from the top.
Okay. I know that, but it still feels sad, you know? I got cut off from my main source of interacting with the community. I can't help but mourn that, you know? Sad face.
Do you want to call?
Yeah.
9 minutes of calling. I will say this. I'll say this. Noah finishes his statements fast.
I thought you said I thought you were going to say he finishes in 9 minutes in the call with the minor. The fuck? What?
I'm sure he just got straight to the point and got through it.
Yeah.
Do not word it like that.
All right.
You can literally still talk to me. I rejoined.
Yeah, we're past that part.
Oh no, are we?
We're past
Oh,
that
it
point.
did.
Yeah.
Why did they clip it like that? Oh, hope you have a good sleep tonight.
No,
No, that's
mine.
you. I'm
That's
sorry.
mine.
That's you.
Mine.
That's you.
Yeah, that's me.
Stealing your lines.
Stealing his lines. Yeah.
Actors.
Hope
No,
you have a good.
Roland.
Hope you have a good sleep too. Wait, I just thought of something. Doesn't this mean I'm actually a casualty of the 627 attacks?
Wait,
What?
what?
I'm sorry. I must have. Again.
Oh,
627 attacks. I think it's when they got hacked.
yeah. I
Or
think
supposedly
it is.
got hacked.
Oh, that's like the 9/11. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they were referencing some kind of actual like shooting or like terrorist attack or some shit like that. I was just getting a little concerned about that.
No, they treat mean people the exact same as they treat terrorist bombing.
Basically, yeah.
The whole thing is like, am I responsible for this? Like, first of all, like,
What about what I said in the vent channel a couple of days ago? I'm sorry if it puts you off.
I haven't looked, to be honest. Been too busy.
I suggest you because I felt it may have been brave of me and stupid of me to say what I said.
I don't know what you mean by little, to be honest, but I'm not sure if I want to pry.
Oh yeah, no, you definitely don't want to pry on this one, mate.
No, you don't.
You should leave this fucking conversation. You're incurring generational losses every sentence that you say.
This is the one time
we'll get to that.
Down.
We'll get to that
the
in a
one time
minute.
you should put your foot down and leave. Just go to bed. Start over.
Yeah.
You okay with me opening up about it? Just go to the next one more game.
Yeah. I think it might be better if you talk about it with someone you know better, probably. If you mean like enjoying things primarily aimed at kids, yeah, that I get. I love a lot of movies and shows that are for kids. Even as an adult, I still watch cartoons.
Okay. I gotta stop you right there.
No,
it is a fact that he said it like that. It makes me feel so uncomfortable. Like, if you're doing that for like nostalgia purposes, I would get that. But the way
he does talk about it being nostalgic.
Yeah, he does later down the road.
Okay. But
that is
just in this context, it makes you feel grossed out.
Yeah.
I mean, I still watch shit from my childhood, I still play games from my childhood, so.
Okay, I think it's just the fact that he's talking about it like that with the minor.
Mm-hmm.
If he didn't say if it was for nostalgia purposes, that would raise a lot of questions.
I think this. If you want to really get what this statement is, and I think it's just kind of a throwaway. He might be thinking that something weird is about to be said, so he's trying to make the conversation not weird by saying, I mean, he enjoys media that's
or he just thinks he's talking about reliving childhood.
Yeah, or he thinks that. Either way.
So yeah, let's continue.
Yes.
That is part of what I mean when I say little. Reliving a childhood, I want to remember in full. But there's a little more to it than I feel nervous to talk about.
Okay, yeah. The reliving part I get. It's nice to enjoy nostalgia stuff, to be honest. Whenever I'm feeling depressed, which I do often these days, I usually just put on a Disney movie from my childhood and try to de-stress.
This guy should call Just a Robot for some sleepy time calls whenever he feels stressed.
Oh, hell no.
Just a Noah.
Just a Noah, yeah.
That's a good thing to do, to be fair. But what I'm nervous of is another aspect of it. That first point of reliving my childhood was consuming media, but the physical feeling of being little is something that contains the part I don't talk about unless I know for sure that it's with someone I can trust. Do you think you can be someone I can trust? Or should I stick with the people that already know about it and deal with it using them? Well, in other news, Rue's sleeping by me tonight, smiley face. He likes sleeping in bed with me.
Okay. If I didn't already know that this person was a minor, I would think that they're the groomer. Trying to groom Noah.
Well, Scarlet Reaper would say this person's a reverse groomer. So.
A reverse,
a reverse groomer relationship.
Maybe I do try to be there for people in general, but I do hope that what you're going to tell me isn't anything incredibly disturbing at all, or could be perceived that way at least. Awesome. Rue is one of the best Pooh characters.
Well, I will spoil that diapers and other things meant for babies are involved in my secret. So I'll save you the trouble by summarizing I'm curious in how being little feels, and that I have no ill intent, and say nothing more. There, got what I wanted to get out.
The fuck?
Yeah, I probably didn't need to know that. But I'll just forget about it. Right? This would have been the moment that I was out. Like, oh well, I probably wouldn't have been in the conversation, but like this right here, I'm out.
Oh wait. I may come to regret this, frowny face. But if that puts you off, I deeply apologize.
Re-apologizing. Yeah, I probably didn't need to know that. But I'll just forget about it if it's not brought up again, LOL. I'd rather not know more about that if you don't mind.
I'm so sorry, crying face. But don't worry, I'll keep shut.
Okay, this is kind of fucked, okay? Because the fact that he said, I would rather not talk about it anymore after you pressured somebody to talk about it.
He didn't pressure him to talk about it though. Like
No,
this kid's
he didn't pressure it.
Yeah, this kid gave up everything. Like he just said it.
The 16-year-old wanted to talk about it. Noah was like, "Oh, I don't really want to pry on these things," you know.
Yeah, if anything, Noah made the right decision in not continuing to interact with. Well, he continues to, you know what I mean. Not wanting to hear all that, right? Wally is a very good pick.
Weirdly enough, I haven't taken time to watch the Tigger movie or Pooh's Heffalump movie. I blame C.AI for that. I'm on there a lot. But what are yours? Huh?
British, you can't say that. It's Tigger, okay? You can't say that.
Oh, shut the fuck up, dude.
You know what? Saying poo is giving me different connotations.
Okay, let's move on. Don't want to ruin that.
I guess this means good night then. Also, thank you so much for not blocking me on the spot when I mentioned that. I genuinely felt nervous about that happening. Love ya, Noah.
Mm-hmm.
I just want my brain to shut up so I can sleep, frowny face.
Oh, hold on.
Sup, Noah?
Yeah, you got it. Oh no, this is a repeat one. I think that was the last one that we got.
Yeah.
Sup, Noah. So
I think it just says hi back and that's it.
Yeah, something like, obviously not important enough to still leak. I don't even know what to say about it.
All right, check the feed the pig. What it sent you.
What we got here? Feed the pig. If you're listening and you have something you want me to watch, I'll shill a little bit while we're here. Go into Feed the Pig and send me it. I will, if it interests me, I'll take a look at it. Yeah, I saw this one earlier. Let's see here. In this stream, he states. No, maybe I haven't seen
shit,
this.
It's Star Fox. No, why is he playing Star Fox? He's terrible. Oh my fucking god! Holy brother, fuck! We gotta be dodging those, though. Or shooting them. Sorry.
In this stream,
unless Crystal is in there, because we know he simps for her. I'm not gonna lie, she from stuff.
Yeah, why isn't he playing? What's it called? It's Star Fox Adventures, right? The one that she's
right. With I can't even say it.
That game is not very good. So maybe that's why he's not playing it. Yeah.
Come on, guys, stop interrupting the content. I need to hear this.
Yes. He states that the neo-Nazis hacked his Discord and talks about his return to Twitch while taking a break from YouTube. Oh, now it's taking a break.
I'll whisper you after.
Because before it was like, I'm done with YouTube. All right.
I'll whisper you after stream. I'll whisper you and Ryan. Yeah, I'll send you a link, Ryan, for sure. Definitely. It's annoying, Ryan, but you know, I'll send you a link to the Discord and Chaos Star. I'm just glad to be back on Twitch and taking a break from YouTube. It's very nice. Uh-oh. Okay. Now I gotta be careful again.
Thing anymore?
Interesting.
After how many days or months we've been telling us to stop using it?
Well, a lot of people have been telling him he just isn't made for the internet, but here he is on Twitch.
Oh no, oh no. Okay, good. Oh no! Yeah, no, so the entire server got hacked by, like, I think people that targeted me through my YouTube, Chaos Star, literal neo-Nazis, if anyone was wondering. So it's pretty bad. So if you're in my original server...
So hold on, the people on his YouTube, neo-Nazis, is he referring to us?
No,
the people that went into his Discord server.
I know
but he's saying that they were incited by that, so,
Yeah, they were incited by the people talking about his YouTube channel.
So if you're in my original server, which is called, like, Baldy Waffen now or something, it's not even called the River Puff anymore. It's like not anything otter themed. It's Baldy Waffen. Yeah, there's a lot of...
They don't even have whatchamacallit. They don't even have fucking otters there no more. That's fucked up, dude.
That is fucked. All the otters, the otter genocide in Noah's old server.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of nuts, unfortunately, all over the place, Chaos Star. So I'm glad to be away from that for now, and I'm glad to be doing stuff on Twitch again, you know. Better space, better people, very good stuff. Yeah, definitely, Kid Ryan. Don't be in that old server. Be in the new one. I'll send you an invite shortly. Good God, okay.
All right.
What's the next one then?
Yeah.
Yes.
For those who don't know, I got my start on Twitch. For those who don't know, I got my start on Twitch. I took a break for YouTube for a long time, and I got pretty popular over there. I have like 40,000 subscribers on YouTube, but I really miss doing stuff on Twitch. So I came back, and I'm glad to be back, honestly.
That's the only reason. That's the only reason I'm back on Twitch, guys. I miss it. I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, it certainly couldn't be because I'm running away like a little bitch after getting caught with a lot of shit that I've done and then blamed others for. That couldn't have been the reason I went back. I just missed it. I missed all you guys. Come on, believe me. Believe me. See, look at my eyes. Look at my brown, cutesy, wootsy eyes. Would you think I was lying?
I mean,
no, never.
Yeah. Everyone just like misses Twitch so much they take a hit to their income, right?
Obviously, yeah. I really just wanted to get back on Twitch, guys, you know?
Yeah. Me too.
I mean, I'm taking a break off of YouTube just because I'm lazy.
Yeah. Now that.
And also because it's like, and also it's because I'm going for a heat wave too.
That's right. Y'all are all dying over there.
Oh yeah. And I work at a kitchen as well.
So. Oh no. I'll pray for you.
I like the environment more on Twitch than I do on YouTube. So yeah, I'm glad to be back. You know, like I could have all the subs in the world, you know, like 40,000 subscribers. It's nothing to sneeze at for sure, but I don't know. I'd rather just be.
It's gonna be. How long is it gonna be 40,000 for, mate? Because it's dropping.
Yeah. Even more so, like if you just completely stop your channel for a while and come back, it's gonna kick you from the algorithm. You're gonna be starting over anyway.
people playing games, chilling. I'd rather be doing that, you know, than just. Even if I do have 40,000.
I would rather be doing that than getting raped on Dickus TM live stream. Yeah, that's fair, man. I understand.
Oh, every time we turn around, Dickers is raping an otter.
Right? I'd rather just be chilling with good people. That's what matters the most to me.
I'm glad to be away from the bad people like Dickers and Anthony Gramiglia.
And Wargaming Dad and Jan and Keto Flex and Wendy, yeah, all of those.
Translation. He wants to just be surrounded by an echo chamber.
Yeah,
an echo chamber exactly, of weak disabled people. In case he needs $100.
Weak will to disable. Well, to be fair, like, look, it is in the chat. I have my grievance, but like, everyone remember, this man got outsmarted by Jeff Piat. Okay.
Yeah.
Just want that note.
Yeah, an actual disabled person.
Jeff Piat outmaneuvered him thoroughly. So.
Jeff is so disabled, and yet somehow he managed to outsmart his dumbass. That's when you know you gotta pack it up. When you get outsmarted by an actual disabled person.
I don't know. Dickers might be a little disabled, and he rocked him too.
Yeah. True.
4 engines, so somebody.
In a bad way.
For those who don't know, I got my start on Twitch. I took a break for YouTube for a long time, and I got pretty popular over there.
Oh yeah, it just did loop. I'm sorry. So let's see. Is there any more? It's just a picture of Noah.
Oh, it's just a picture.
Yeah, it's just a picture. He's not good at this game. Holy shit, does he know how to use a controller? I hate Illinois. I hate Discord.
Somebody said someone said in Feed the Pigs, DSP levels of gaming.
Yeah, yeah. Well, with all of that said, we're here at the end of the stream. I'd like to say that I've done talking about Noah. I've said it before, but at this point, I don't know. So we'll see if anything else comes up. Come Friday, we're going to talk about Smash JT's court case and all of the new documents that have come out and the screenshots. If you haven't already, go ahead and like the stream.
I took a break for YouTube for a long time.
Noah.
For those who don't know, I got my start on.
Shut up, Noah.
Yeah, nobody cares where you got the shit from.
So if you haven't already, go ahead and like the stream. If you enjoyed the stream so far, just go ahead and hit that sub button. I am so close to my 200 goal, so get me above 200. Thank you for EGAD for coming on, and British Runner and Jan, and of course Josh. We will see y'all guys on Friday, all right?